gonna embrace it. So I was telling you, I said, I said, embrace these good times. I said, I said, like I said, I was doing this. Okay, yesterday, so we carried our little seats that we're gonna see them, right? And for the parade and stuff. And so when everything was over, I put all the shit in them bags and wrapped them up and everything. Boom, 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 boom. And so, like last night, we're getting ready to get out of there, get our bags up. So the chair that I had, it's dark and everything, and so I was trying to pull it in. Lane turns around and says to me, "What are you doing?" In that kind of tone, "What are you doing?" So I didn't give her no reply, man. So I'm sitting there working with her, and I said, "Okay." So she turns around and says to me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I don't like when people do that."
I've sent the collection point to your GPS. Make the pickup and bring the goods to the warehouse. Should be straightforward.
That's how she replied to me. She turned, okay, but turned out, and she all upset. So I pulled this thing back out, I readjusted the bag and everything, still by there. I pulled up. Well, man, working on some shit. If I need you, I'm gonna ask you. She turned around, it annoyed me, it's irritating me that she would turn around and ask me the same shit like I'm some motherfucker. Yeah.
All right, because this is what it was.
This is a motherfucking grown man. If they give me no help, I'll be the first to ask for help if I need some motherfucking help. But this was simple, I knew what I was doing, and you had shit else to do but turn around and fuck with me.
Well, you have to go get what you did. You did the right thing at the minute. Ignore that first part that he ignored that. Because that was demon trying to holler at her demon to that nigga not doing shit right. You see?
Yeah,
that was what she used to. That was what she used to. The nigga not doing shit right. So
that was right through my
So that was her seeing you as that nigga that's not doing shit right. So she checked you up ahead of time.
No, I ain't Roscoe.
Yeah, that's what
I ain't Roscoe.
Let him do what he do. That's what a man's supposed to do what he do. And then you
I had to come out like that because Roscoe would never come at her. He'd be like a little wussy.
Yeah. That's the thing about.
But I had to put a check, and then when I had that motherfucking thing wrapped head on my shoulder, mission accomplished. Don't say shit to me, but she was salty. She was salty, and I knew why she was salty. And then so we embraced other. She asked you feel like my signs, my allergies are we walk on sand, dirt, and everywhere we sat it was nice and shit, had a good time, man, but my motherfucking allergies are dumpy. I said, I had no chaga, I had no NutriBurst. I know if I had both, I said, I would care in the future. I'm gonna have something to cool it, so because I was boom, boom, boom. But anyway, so that was what they suggested. And then we leave, after this situation. But as we were walking and leaving there, she said, you hurt me, you hurt my feelings back there. I said, I apologize. I didn't go into no discussion. I said, we have good things. I said, you have fun. I said, there's nothing that can steal my joy on this day. No anything that your joy. She said, you're right. We basically everything good, right? We good. I know it wasn't good yet. Because she still wanted to talk about it. Because she won't. And I want to talk about it because I'm going to be able to correct her when we talk about it. How you come at a man, how you come at me in the future. You just need to come at me different. I've told a couple of times now, I'm Roscoe. Understand. I have some bark in my butt, but I've never, ever in my life hurt a woman perfectly and never will. But I will admit my fault. But I'm going to tell you what you did. I'm peaceful. We can have a good day. All day, nothing. We're going to do that stuff, but don't criticize Diane, for being thing. I let her have that because her and Diane connect and everything. They born same age, same kind of mindset. They female, Diane's female side. You know, good because, hey man, Diane and DJ got along. Thanks. Yeah, you got it. Hard. Brian can hard. And you know, and I love family. You gotta be who you are. Fuck that bullshit. So anyway, so she asked me if I felt like John. I said, oh John, I said, you look good. She, you know, I was young, and I was tired, and she's like, I'm glad to know, you know, because when you drive, you chance to think. Unless he's thinking, he just giving her directions on how to get off campus. And I was like, nervous. So, get your house, get all my stuff, go. It's an hour drive from her place to here. You know. So, as I'm driving, I said, give her a call. This ain't resolved. We're going to resolve this. So I called her. I said, so I know you accepted my apology. Everything, but you know, I said, well, I just was trying to help, blah 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 blah. She needed help, and I said, you know, I appreciate that, man. I said, if I would need your help with that, I would have asked. I said, the reason I said what I said was just the way the first time you turned around, I didn't respond. You turned around and you said, what are you doing? Like, you was annoyed because I was sitting there working or something. And I said, I ignored that. First time because I said, no, let me go again. So I hadn't completed the task yet, but I knew what I had to do. I was working with it. She goes, what are you doing? I said, wait, I don't like your soul voice. I said, that's all I said to her. I said, wait, I don't like your soul voice.
So can't do no more, that's all. That's all that was for.
Boy, she turned. It was like I slapped her in the face, smack. Which it was. It was a verbal slap, but it was nice. And I said, I don't like when people do that. And I said, people. That's man or female, but men don't do that shit. Man see a man have some shit, or a man might just come and say, grab from me and say, I got a dog.
Right.
Appreciate it, man. You know.
Only you about to break this shit.
You know we gonna fuck something up, but you know, she turned around and I said to myself, I said, you did it twice. I said the second time, correction came. That's all I did. I said, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I said, look, if I don't need some help, I said, you know, all we did for a whole summer, man, was put up tents and shit. I was doing that little thing with that group. That's all we did. Pack shit. And I was packing shit, man. If we do it in the daytime, you can see what you put it in. You know, that's our shit. Because we were setting up parties at these apartment complex. So that's all we did. We pitched tents, man. We had to have a truck. We put all this shit in the truck, and we rolled these little apartments, and we said, sometimes I said, I know I was doing, damn, I ain't hard. You don't turn around and ask, you know, I said, all I did was just say, I just don't like when people do that. And you took that like, she was heated, man. What I said, and then she said something to DJ, and you know, she got a little bossy spirit.
Where are you going? Sure thing, my friend.
She the boss. Where she been? She been the boss to them kids, because you know, mama hustled hard, worked for them kids, got them kids where they are, and so she she's like a mama. And so I said, she said something to DJ, and to me I thought, but you know, DJ a young man, you know, you can't come at me, that you can't do that. But I didn't correct her. DJ said, oh, mama, you know, I got it, you know, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I was like, I said, DJ came in, and he came a little late, I heard you on the phone, I said, I heard you say DJ, and we laughed with each other, and but it was two men just observing, and you said, DJ, why you coming so late? And DJ said, yeah, I said to myself, what I tell you, man. I said, you ain't a grown man. You was a grown man. You came in like 11:30, 11:35 from work. When they stop off to titty bar something or to see his girl and give him a lick and then come home. So shit, young man.
Young man, but like you said,
a young man who when he was married had a 4-bedroom house. You know, place where he could come. He was a king. Now, you know, he's on his comeback. Let him still be a king. You know, that's a good kid. He's a good kid, man. I remember he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good little. He loved his mom. His mama loved him. But hey, you know, and Lane said I was wrong. She like we laughing when he and I was laughing. I said, DJ, good young man. DJ just laughing back there. But see, man.
Because this is what I got from everything that I know. I did some real wrong shit, but I'm giving back something that basically cleaned it like that easily, and the feeling that is so good, and you can't explain. But anyway, just thinking about when you came into the situation that I was at, it had been bad.
Yeah, you been going through some things. This motherfucker, the shit you going through is not, but you strong. But you know, looking back,
yeah,
at your daddy genes that he put in you on, your daddy,
right,
your mama together, put together dynamic kids. You really did. You really did. These are from the top to the bottom. I mean, hey. You got handled life, but you, man, thank God, y'all. You know, not you. Thank you for.
That's it. Creativity in us, yes.
You know, for some parents that right. You got to know.
Because like I said again,
shit, you both of them, not just one. Whatever Dad did earlier, but he here now. So I can talk to him now about all this shit. I've heard you talk with him and everything, and he is who he is, and you are who you are. And that's what every time I hear the conversation, boy, y'all sound like two people talking. Just sound alike too. I just be listening to you.
It's horrible.
God damn, it's like they argue with each other, or they at each other. These are two insane people. You are a younger version of him, and y'all sound just alike. Oh shit, your dad uses that's your dad. Really?
We look alike.
Y'all the same spirit, man.
I thought about when you said that we sound like. I thought about he said that I feel like I drank the gold. He said that I feel cold. He said that I felt kind of
man, you was mad shape.
I was bad shape too.
You was like on death's door.
And
you did. You stepped in. You went in there because the shit you talk about, the experience you had. Hey man, when you died, you died probably, man. You died several deaths.
And that's what I'm about to tell you.
I mean, in reality, because of, I mean, all the stuff it's all life. I mean, life threatening.
Surgery.
Oh man, you was comatose.
But I see this on that comatose too. That was a good comatose.
Yeah, I mean, because you here.
Yeah, and I gave up on
experience.
I gave up on everything, dog. And it felt so good to feel my mama. Like I said again, I felt my mama in me, around me. I just felt heaven, period. But to come back here and not want to be here after getting that experience that I got, and what happened to me back, and wanting to spread it to the world, them bitches bet the fire out of my engine, boy. When them bitches out, brought me back to me, so sarcastic. Them bitches like kidding me. But something that has to be here can't go until it's time for it to go.
Yeah, man, anytime you brought it, man, that's that with you, man. Let's put him under, man. This whole routine, you know, what he does all the time.
Yeah, right.
Mr. Cersei Richardson and Mr. Mays, who was the Black Dennis, Cersei died, he did something to him. You talking about the doctor?
Of course.
My dad told me, you know, Dr. Mays, he hasn't been right since Cersei died. Because I'm talking, that was a friend. Because the doctor, this Cersei was a member of the same church, and they knew each other. They were both on the, you know, giving boards together, and it was a personal friend.
Because I see.
He put him under, do the procedure. Never came out.
Because I say to you, because I mean...
Mention the die in your dentist chip, bro.
Because I say to you the way I mean it, the way I'm saying it. That dude, and whatever you eating, had react to that, because it wasn't no divine...
Oh, I know, he ate all that alkaline body, but he didn't have life in him. Let me tell you something, man. You know, that's one thing about, you know, the vegetarian lifestyle diet, because like the allergies and stuff I had. Now, he gave me a couple of allergy tablets. Gave me one yesterday. Gave me 3 to take. You should take this with whatever you're drinking. And I had some NRG, some samples. Took some NRG. This morning. Pretty good, man. Shit. Stuff don't keep you down. I'm saying with the dietary you have in your body, stuff don't grip you and keep you because you always put that shit in the fight. It's like this in your body. You're like, okay, shoot your best shot.
Because this is exactly what I was told. If you got everything already that's bad inside you, and you breathing bad air with the good air, your body's already fighting that pollution. Yeah. So while your body fighting that pollution, now you got to fight your beef and your chicken and your fish. You see?
Beef, chicken, and fish.
You feel me?
Boy, let's talk about the dietary yesterday. Woo! Guess what I ate? I ate 2 pieces of wheat bread, some onions, some pickles, and some clean salad. I was gonna get the beans. I was praying no meat. I said, meat was I don't want no beans. And the beans, I was like, I mean, beans. Then I said, pick the beans out. I said, it don't work like that. The beans and the meat all combined together. I can't separate that shit.
It don't work like your body ain't gonna separate it. Why you feel like you?
No.
Your body ain't gonna separate it.
I could be some beans and some onions and some peppers and stuff.
What type of seasoning?
Mama's gonna make no shit. But hey, man, and that was all over the place.
All over the place.
I saw one time, I said, oh, that would have been a good place. They had like a fruit thing. Something, you know. Now they all over there. They, man, food free. Hey, well, my sister, they are committed. But I mean, it was, I said, my sister, I spent about $100 on food and stuff. She said, so, you know, I'll eat here, you can hear here. She was saying, it's been paid for. One dude was like, these girls who play basketball with crazy ex-players, and they all tight and when the girls got out of their vehicle and stuff, I picked up the spirit. Oh, it's man, hey. They came, hey, how you doing, guys? We all black, we family. One girl's good looking, but she's gay. And the body type said to myself, I didn't know these girl ball players. I picked up that you all probably play the ball. So, you know, and I said, all this food and everything. So, nephew went up to DJ. Nephew went up to the guy because he was having a boo then. And he said, I don't know you. And so, you know, this is probably the only thing that was real fucked up. But it didn't start. All it did. He just said, I said, what did he say? And I said, no, I already got it straight from him. Don't worry about it. And I said, I'm going to speak to some guys in the committee. So she went to some of the brothers' committee. And they said, he did what? They went and checked him, you know, with real nice checks and man.
Check that nigga, but
They
that
went
check
to him
is
and
better
said, man,
than
he said, man, it's all family here, man. Everybody coming up in here, they family. You know, we ain't playing that. Nobody told us.
that shit over this game, bro.
I mean, and then more older school than, probably a little younger than me, but a little more you know, older school than DJ. And DJ probably show all kind of love. And say, Don got real offensive love. I said, hey, I am offended. There's been so much love around here. Don said, no, that's all right. Don said, we part of the CP Panther Club. We arrange stuff. We come together. We gonna do stuff. I'm in the club. We knew where all the different spots where he was wrong, but don't worry. And these guys, man, they checked him. They said it was all love. They said they checked him, man. You know, and dude apologized and everything. Man, they said he was wrong, man. You know, like, and that's that. I was kind of love. He said, but they checked him because that wasn't right. And man, we out there. Don said all these spots right. This he said you can eat here, drink here.
Yeah,
so all this is the club shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
And this nigga goes, I don't know you.
Like you own some shit.
He's over there. He had to. He cured and shit.
I know.
You know, he throwing all this stuff down. He said, I don't know you. I don't know you.
You both know how them niggas are. Any nigga that's he in control.
Oh, I laughed at that. I said, boy, it's my dad said, and I said, and so I said, see, my dad used to say this. I said, DJ, I didn't understand this when I was young and living up in the Great White North. He said, flies. He says, days of flies, I despise. But the more I see niggas, I like flies. DJ said, wow. I said, my dad used to say that. I said, my dad was saying this all his life. He grew up, he was a product of the South. He left the South, he was just saying. And DJ said, y'all understand that more so now? He said, because of what that brother did back then. I said, yeah, you know. I said, it's all, I said, it is what it is, you know.
If you want to bring me into now, yeah, because they look like flies when they be working all over the people's shit and carrying it up. When you look at it from the helicopter.
And you know, I mean, just like, well, I heard Phil Valentine Brady said, you know, the Black Lives Matter is spit by lesbians and gay and they angry. And that's what they are. Black folks, real, just pimp real out. Fast as they ain't real. They just a bunch of frustrated gay motherfuckers. Gay some motherfuckers. The man's gonna go off and Bernie Sanders said, I was all playing ass shit.
That's what they did. They said
Bernie's let the bitch take them out.
No. Real dog niggas would have hit that skin, they'd have hit that floor. They said the real dog nigga wouldn't even got it to go. Did you hear me, Dave?
No. Yeah, you right about that.
You see,
like that. I'm talking about niggas look like that nigga on the Wire.
Yeah,
with the stars.
No.
And taller and bigger.
No.
I'm taller, bigger person than that nigga. That's a scary bitch. That's scary. He gonna get on stage.
Nigga, look. I can see that happening, and nothing really happened with that nigga that played as the superhero dude. He got a friendly face. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, he big black dude, big over there. Yeah.
He did. But that nigga that's on the wide, big like that dude off of that there, he couldn't make no good.
But the dude that got stopped by the hoe, he had a scary, dark.
But you got ready, he was dark and he had demeanor on him because he all the things that he played, he always playing something.
Yeah, smooth, crazy killing nigga. Yeah.
Smooth gangster killing nigga.
Yeah.
And that's a damn shame how them fucking Jews.
But that's what happens when you get kind of typecast. That's what they call Hollywood. When you typecast it. But there are guys that embrace that because they keep them working. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes are like, shit, as long as I'm up and keep me working, I'm gonna keep me in some movies.
Because if you notice, the ugliest motherfuckers, they keep them motherfuckers working, bro. You better make it make them feminine.
Now, like I asked young DJ, and DJ's a professional comedian. Man, he kept on going. We were laughing. He really is. He just pick up shit that's going on. I said, I envision. I told him, I envision one of these DJs. I said, keep your chops going, man. a chance to go and do some jokes to it. I said, you know, once you kind of get out of something, but because I just one day putting a show together. My daughter singing, you open.
Cause
I act for it. And I just planted that seed. Just plant the seed, man.
Yeah, cause I about to say, you ain't worry about telling me nigga that deal. The one thing about that nigga, a comedian nigga, they keep their child.
I asked him, I said, so who's best comedian today? You know? He said, Kevin Hart. I said, why do you say Kevin? He said, because you know, he markets himself. And I said, and he said,
that's the best answer I ever heard.
Yeah,
that's the best answer I ever heard.
See him?
That's the best answer I ever heard.
He said, it might be more guy funny.
Alright, because that's the truth there.
Right.
That's the truth there, but as far as marketing scheme, that boy is the
you put himself out there so you like him.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. And white folk like him too.
Because you already know why the white folk like him.
Yeah.
White folk remind him of spanking. Because I know that's what he's a little short.
Well, you know, short funny don't do. He's not intimidating. He's just a little dude, and he got to make some funny faces and shit.
I put like yourself, Sambo, keep him.
You know.
Sambo.
But I said, what about you? What do you think about y'all?
Wait, Chappelle, we already know Chappelle sitting the whole fucking
but he put the perspective. He said, I said, black white supremacists. We laughed about that shit. He said, all we laughed about black white supremacists. He said, blind black man.
You think he's black?
He's in the Klan.
He's in the Klan thinking he's white. And the Klan don't even want to break a tongue.
His helper always every time he destroyed the movement, he probably killed himself.
And why did you get rid of your wife of all these years? Bad nigga.
Yeah. I said that's classic shit. All this stuff classic. Yeah. He's actually Chappelle.
I ain't gonna lie, when you think about that, they were bitches. They were bitches about black people. They were, but they still got some spots and things like that.
Man, Mike, I was telling you, man. You know, we talked about that balance. Man. That's why things are like they are.
But even down the balance out there,
and people want to fight the balance that's between male and female. That's the first most important one. See, if that's off, everything else off, and that's why everything else is off. Yep. Shit.
That is the reason why.
I'm talking about in the black.
That's the reason why.
In the brown, the melanated brethren and sisterin.
Because when you look at it, it's like in all races with men and they women. In all races.
Well, yeah, the gay agenda is just floating and flopping all over my place. But I'm talking about in a race where you see the most harm.
Yeah,
we got the most devastation and being highly esteemed at one time and caused to be scattered in mind, thought, and everything. That's what's fucked up.
But that's one thing that why we do stay.
Huh?
First, is last. Right or wrong, Dave.
Well, that's what's going on with the spirit that's going on in the land.
First,
you know, people are waking up, but Negroes in North America still, they want to go with the status quo and stay in the democratic bullshit. And I'm like, man, you know, or Republican, whatever the fuck you do, but man, when does it come a time where, you know, self-responsibility about what I must do come into play first depend on your government.
And this is what they do.
See, president, I mean, but you need a government, yes, but you don't need to let the government control everything. And that's motherfuckers out there want the government to control shit.
I got one for you, Dave. I came to the realization what those two parties really supposed to stand for. Those two parties are supposed to stand for balance in between what the people want. You did? But them bitches fight each other for which won't be the dominant one.
They all fight for the same thing, but some say more. But no, you know, because all of them got the same shit on that level.
Like you said, I'm
talking about motherfuckers in control. I ain't talking about I'm talking about the motherfuckers that affect policy and procedure in this motherfucking country.
That on the big businessmen
corporations is a whole other entity in itself. It controls. See, corporations now have the power to affect elections. Government sitting back, government and corporate makers, they ain't bet themselves. But see, you know, corporations can grant great wealth to government. Guess what? They play all over the motherfucking world. That shit is worldwide.
You see, everybody playing against the middle us people.
That's people all over the time then. Some get it worse than others. I mean, shit. The whole thing is, though, you gotta, man, find yourself a piece of, you know, heaven and embrace it, man. And do the best you can do. Help niggas you can, the best way that you can. You know, you can't get caught up in the madness. Because madness is here. That's part of the balance.
Part of the balance. You gotta get that look good.
Because utopia is become robotic. And everything.
Utopia is robotic, dude.
You know,
utopia is robotic.
Shit, I mean, this whole, I mean,
everybody doing the same thing. Everybody crazy.
Well, I think you can exist in what we do, because it ain't chaos. You know, we can continue. That kind of love is enough spread in the world. People want that. People want to just be able to exist. Better walk down the street, man, not worry about motherfucking popping you. Well, you know, I'm talking about in a busy city. Use a big city. You can be in a place in Houston, man, and, you know, be 3,000 or 4,000. We was in Atlanta, man, we was in a bowling alley area. Shit. And nothing but black folks. I was like, fuck. And they having fun. Ain't nobody mad at nobody in that motherfucker. Ain't nobody popping off, nobody doing nothing. Just black folks just enjoying each other. I was like, this is amazing. And you saw white folks in there. The white folks said, you got to be a little guy. Shit, fuck, we out here too.
Like I said again,
and niggas ain't bothering nobody. But the white folks ain't, hey man, it can work.
This is what I said, Dave.
This work and put like that.
This is what I said, Dave. If you sit there and you look at it, our government can turn on every different race and then end up giving that race a job.
And what?
They had turned on men. They had incarcerated like they did with the Japanese. But anyway, every race that did this to them. And then they turned and hired a race and then
And they get reparations to them too.
And they get reparations to them.
You know, I mean, they gave everybody back.
So it's like
and guess what? They got the allegiance to this motherfucker became greater. So they got more of their countrymen here, but you know, the niggas was enslaved. We slaves. We slaves. That motherfucker that come over here slave. You know, slaves.
Has been dispatched. It'll be what you saw.
Yeah, different, man. Different.
Totally different, bro.
Slave, like you been a slave, you still a slave.
You're a slave, bro. So what I'm saying,
a bunch of other slaves.
Because what I'm saying is this, Dave.
What are we
If you were to sit there and think about it, what am I fighting for if I'm fighting with the same person that was fighting against me 2 weeks ago? Wait a minute. Damn.
Hey, man.
This is crazy, bro.
I'm telling you, brother.
Our government got these people fighting against each other. Not everybody fighting
and TV puts it all into your living room.
Yeah.
Puts you in
Make it glorious
feel like, man, look, man. Follow signs of the time and watch nature. Nature will tell you if you're gonna fight. You start seeing nature do a whole lot of real crazy shit. You know she's gonna get real pissed off. Because let me tell you something. Nature in tune with the Creator, and it moves accordingly.
Yeah.
And you start seeing stuff jump off that's really different. I'm talking about mass.
I know what you're talking about. Mass happen.
That's when you start.
Bad shit happen. Like I say, that shift.
Nature is here to benefit
us.
Men.
Yes. It's basically our warning. It's basically the warning to detect different shit, like the shit in the air. It's fucked up.
I mean, you start seeing birds and shit just get real fucked off.
Because you know, I know, Dave. Because you know when I went back to the water, dog. I thought about God then. Yeah. When I went back to the water, nothing was crazy. That was horrible. Everything was gone. I mean, they ain't had no bugs on the ground. They ain't had no birds flying over your head. Oh, that was hard. There's no thing more for me than to cry. That was hard.
Okay, let's go.
Horrible, man.
My pedal is kissing my metal, so to speak.
Nothing, I mean, they, you know, you hit crickets, you see some flies. It was like they had dropped a motherfucking atom. But when you think about it, it wasn't that fine. But Earl was used to do that. My house was out there by Home Depot. So Home Depot flooded. So all the countryside was got to kill and grow all. And then they look, then
Water opportunity rises anyway.
hey, if you go on YouTube or you just punch in the things that don't want to know about apples, or they got people where that water taken from. So oh man, it's all inside. Because they inhaled it when they were in it, got in the body.
I mean, come on, man. Mississippi and all that shit. Come on, man.
Then you got the dead dogs that's in it.
You got. Come on, man. Water was already compromised coming in anyway. Water wasn't clean. Water came in off first off the hurricane. That water fucked up too. It was tainted. Shit. And then mixed with everything else. Yeah.
It is what it is, boy. Yeah, bro. And one thing about it, Dave, that water don't go down until it go down. If you don't got no serious pumping system, that water don't go down until it go down. And Dave, they saying that they did it to Kenya again. People with the weather machine. I'm just going over what they say.
That's fucked up. We can have a good machine.
They say New World Order, the undesirables gotta go. The weapon machine, the weather machine. It is horrible, bro.
Conspiracy theories, man.
Yeah, bro. That's the truth how conspiracy theories and most some of them businesses coming true.
The government created a lot of shit, bro.
A lot of shit.
You got
Them bitches rich, bro. We say that much. They print their own money, so they can make any technology they want. All I know is I wouldn't want to live close to the water. I'm close enough as we are.
Yeah, right. Using that sea level, bro. You close. Using that sea level. Water can rise. It's at sea level. It's at the level. It ain't above sea level. Ain't below anything. No. That's it. The only way it could be. You need to be above, but it's at tons of chemical companies in this motherfucker. It's nothing but toxic soup. It's a ton. Nigga bakes down all the smell.
And what? And this is the very show what we thinking about with adorism. We would love for them just to stop this shit and just reverse shit, and they'll be fuck no. The money gonna stop. dog, thank you for the help the other day, nigga, but I ain't need the help. I was just with you. I appreciate it, though. After you come blow my mouth and shit up. One thing about the food, we're talking about the food. You don't care who lives. I don't give a fuck about that fucking bullshit. If you leave y'all ain't nothing bullshit. I even got tips from y'all FBI too. You call me, intelligence too. If y'all don't want this, fuck them too. If you listen right now, you get it. I said
I'm on it. Okay, let's get moving again. Not a problem.
And I want to listen to some fucking music. So when I put the music on, they talk about copyrights and music. So I'm just gonna talk, and then I put some music on to hear my motherfucking self. And I'm about to become not only a goddamn lawyer, I'm becoming a motherfucking judge. Before I become any of those things, I might become a motherfucking DJ and do my own things. I am gonna do this shit. My reality, see all this shit. I'm making big good. The doctor, some nurses, a lot of people in the system of medical, on the road. You think of you being on medication right now. You think of yourself being on a lot of medication right now. What the fuck happens if your medication stops right now? Who you gonna call to get that straight? You gotta do yourself a favor and start thinking, what's gonna be straight for you if some bullshit goes down? How you gonna be safe? You can't be safe depending on the agent. You gotta get right now. So you better start slacking up on that bullshit. If you think that without your medication, you ain't straight, you ain't right. Yeah, put that in straight. Medication ain't straight. So without your medication, you feel you ain't right. Without your medication, think about the wrong. When you can't get your medication because the doctor ain't calling back for the okay before you get there. So that's definitely the reason why I'm not on all the medications that I was on. I just have 2 medications. And I can slack up on that. It is what it is when you look at it. It's some bullshit. Medication is put on you more than any type of natural way of doing anything to get your health back. The doctors just want you to be medicated on their medication so they can get paid. And that's facts. They don't get paid if you get healthy. Think about it. What's the motivation for you getting healthy? You don't have to come back. A doctor wants you as a patient in order for him to get paid for seeing you. You gotta not want to be the patient and start putting the right things in you. So the reason why you go to the doctor is because you're fat, or you're unhealthy, or you had an injury, or eating, or drinking, or driving, or something. But it was something that you were putting in your mouth, putting in your body, or it was an accident. I'm just saying, it's time for you to start thinking for you and stop allowing someone else to think for you. Because I'm not going on the phone with Medicaid tomorrow. I'm gonna tell everything with facts. I know that Medicare, any healthcare don't care about my health at all. I'm just a number. Period. But I care about me because I know who really love me. And I know exactly how much he really love me. You know, for me to see feel anything. Power is in you, work, not you believe in work. You believe where I've been as a kid. Now you're an adult. You should know.
Here we are, friend.
Fucked up, I can't. But y'all gonna have to know fuck y'all. I want people to hear what the fuck going on. But I government bullshit. I gotta build my shit.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
Are we at one of those moments in history in which there is the necessity for a new world order? A, because of what's taking place in the Middle East, the rise of different kinds of groups, and B, it's happened in Asia, meaning that there has been a shift from the West to the East.
Yes, the need for a new world order. But it has different characteristics in different parts of the world.
Are you optimistic a global system can happen? From what we've heard so far,
If it could happen, then it has to do with it.
Issues, but they really are issues of the construction of a new world order. That's what this is about. And that's the sort of dialogue the Chinese are generally good at. And so a partnership between us is essential.
There's the boss.
A conflict between us is going to exhaust us both in tactical exercises that cannot be complete.
Order could satisfy both.
It has to satisfy both, because otherwise it will lead to tensions that will exhaust us both.
Fuck you going to war for? What's somebody else's fucking agenda? Bullshit. They got this shit looking so much like Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty. Y'all ain't understanding that. Y'all ain't understanding that.
We going to have a good meeting, boss?
It's a possibility that you ain't coming back from the fucking war. But if you come back, you ain't gonna
Much of the turmoil we see on the planet today is a response to a power shift that rising economic prosperity from the west to the east. 3/4 of the world's energy resources are starting to Asia. Whoever ultimately controls these resources will lead the world to a new era of consolidation and new world order.
You got the pickup point on your GPS? Okay, all looks cool from here. Just collect the goods and bring them to the warehouse.
Well, there's things a new world order.
leaders, dignitaries of the European Union, representatives of our NATO alliance, distinguished guests. We meet here in a moment of time for Europe and the United States, and for the international order
that we have worked for generations to build. Never before has a new world order had to be assembled from so many different perceptions, or on so global a scale. Nor has any previous order had to combine the attributes of the historic balance of power system, the global democratic opinion, and the exploding technology of the contemporary period.
Troubled times, our fifth objective. A new world order can emerge, a new era, freer from the threat of terror, stronger in the pursuit of justice, and more secure in the quest for peace. An era in which the nations of the world, east and west, north and south, can prosper and live in harmony. 100 generations have searched for this elusive path to peace, while 1,000 wars raged across the span of human endeavor. And today, that new world is struggling to be born. A world quite different.
Hello, you're through to Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? Your beautiful new aircraft is waiting at our nearest airfield. We hope you're very happy, sir.
Shared responsibility for freedom and justice.
The new world order is emerging, and with it the foundations of a new and progressive era of international cooperation. We have resolved that from today we will together manage the process of globalization to secure responsibility from all and fairness to all.
It's extraordinary opportunity. We want to work hard on it. It's really close to that.
The ideology of the unification of mankind under one religious and moral political order has existed since the days of Adam. And more than 1,000 years ago, civilization reaching its zenith. The United States politicians have demonstrated those political example that race against the people to institute policies of such a universe superiority. Nations have become the direction for real race policies and trouble in the future. There is also a religious aspect of work. Behind the scenes, local forces and civilians in the United States and the European Union, which should own the forces of the unconflicted nations today. This is the world. Forces of the unused six of the shields not going to be part of any global war.
And the Philippines is your own capital system has all the time as the foreign purpose is to infiltrate, to penetrate all the areas of life where the Roman Catholic can have control and access for the coming world order. That means there is an operation for the world order. The Roman Catholic solution, especially since it established the Bishop order in 1541, while these 500 years they've been in operation to infiltration and integration of every modern and society in order to take over the world. They need to do it in order.
Jewish politicians heavily influenced by the military industrial complex, as well as organizations such as the Council of Foreign Nations, the Bilderberg. However, the goes deeper than that. Jewish presidents are well aware of the inherent dangers of assassinating an unseen enemy who choose to go against the grain of well-witness organization. Well-being. Who was this? On November 22nd, the Harvey Hospital, according to all U.S. government representations, shot John F. Kennedy in Dallas, Texas. The assassination of JFK has been enshrouded in mystery ever since the bizarre chain of events that occurred before, during, and after the execution of one of the most beloved presidents in the history of the United States of America. Let's expose who was behind this action, is to get the motives of the power would be covertly to undermine not only the U.S. government, but other nations as well.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restriction. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not provide for it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its means to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that is in my control. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of election, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources for the building of a highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, economic, scientific, and political operations. Preparations are concealed and published. The stakes are buried, not headlined. Its percentage is silent, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.
There are multiple reasons why JFK was assassinated. The Vietnam War, the dismantling of the Federal Reserve, the threat of smash the CIA into 1,000 pieces, and JFK's speech on the separation of church and state, which displeased the hierarchy of the Roman Catholic Church. President Kennedy wanted to withdraw from Vietnam. He was president of the U.S. in Southeast Asia. The superpower was plotting his murder. Who was the superpower that has avoided publicity after a moment of deception all its years? Trying to influence government and mysticism. The political and military origin of the modern Vietnam has been described by millions of documents and words. But nothing has been said about one of the most significant forces that have contributed to the revolution, namely the Royal Family Religion, which in this case is the pathway of the Catholic Church, diplomatic government, and active participation is not to be expected Catholic Church was considered as the main promoter in encouraging escalation of persecution of Vietnamese people. From the very beginning, its religious motivation for assimilation and outrage was numerous factors usually Europe. The military under the Basque Jesuits controlled politics and continually along Vietnam, so the Catholic power in Southeast Asia and maintained control of the international drug market. The Jesuits had held for 400 years. When President Kennedy stood in the way, he had to be removed. The Jesuits had John F. Kennedy assassinated. The day after Kennedy was killed, the decision to stop America's involvement in Vietnam was reversed, and the Vatican program continued.
Like this. Kids skin hanging off and shit. People use
President
casualties
Diem
to
of
war.
Vietnam was a practicing Catholic who ruled South Vietnam with an iron fist. He was a genuine believer of the evils of communism and the uniqueness of the Catholic Church, and had originally been planted in the presidency by Cardinal Spellman and Pope Pius XII. He transformed the presidency into a virtual Catholic dictatorship.
Thank you for calling. A driver's on the way.
Religious and political opponents. Many Buddhist monks committed suicide by self-immolation, dousing themselves in petrol or setting themselves on fire. They tested against the religious persecution of non-Catholics by the South Vietnamese pro-Catholic Christians. President Diem's discriminatory persecution of Buddhists caused mass desertions in the army and disruption within the government administration. As stated before, the second reason for JFK's assassination was his intention to eliminate the Federal Reserve. Colonel James Brits explained, when Kennedy called for the return of America's currency to the gold standard and the dismantling of the Federal Reserve
Where to, friend?
it actually means non-debt money.
And we're off.
It's not there alone in the Federal Reserve if he dared to exercise the leadership authority granted to him by the U.S. Constitution.
For that extra cash, I can get you there extra quick.
Dismantling the Federal Reserve System, which is not controlled by the U.S. government, and too often manipulates the United States policy. JFK was a large man. He further infuriated the Vatican with the separation of church and state.
I believe in America where the separation of church and state is absolute. For no Catholic brother would tell the president, shouldn't be Catholic, how to act.
Kennedy was one of many presidents, kings, czars, and emperors who refused to obey the Jesuits and was killed for it. The role of the papacy in the heinous murder and cover-up of this crime will not be denied. The Vatican had the motive, the people in key positions to carry it out, and the people in key positions to cover it up. The Jesuits control the major secret societies, including Freemasonry, Skull and Bones, as well as the Roman Catholic secret societies such as the Knights of Malta and the Knights of Columbus. The last three generations of the Bush family belonged to Skull and Bones. They are subservient to the papacy. Here we see George H.W. Bush also with us on the tragic day when JFK was gunned down. Let's take a look at some of the people who were in key positions at the time of the assassination. Lyndon B. Johnson was vice president and a Freemason. He was subservient to Jesuit-controlled elite after he was sworn in as U.S. president following the death of JFK. Calvin Douglas was a noted martyr and CIA director from 1953 to 61. JFK fired Calvin Douglas as CIA director for mishandling of AFP's invasion and insubordination to himself. JFK stated that he wanted to splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces and scatter onto the winds. On November the 29th, 1963, President Lyndon Johnson appointed Allen Dulles along with 7 commissioners to the Warren Commission to investigate the assassination of the US President John F. Kennedy. The appointment was later criticized by some historians who noted that Kennedy had fired him and therefore he was unlikely to be impartial in passing judgment charged the Warren Commission. Allen Dulles' nephew Avery Dulles was a Roman Catholic and Jesuit priest. John McCone was a replacement of Allen Dulles as CIA Director from 1961 to 65 and was also a member of Roman Catholic Secret Society, Knights of Columbus. But George Bundy was the United States Security Advisor. He was a member of Skull and Bones. George H.W. Bush was, in Dallas, seemingly nervous in his honeymoon. He too was a member of Skull and Bones. Johnny DeBoo was Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Freemasonry. James Rowland, his brother Francis was a Jesuit priest, was Director of the US Secret Service from 1961 to 73 and was responsible for the security of JFK. Here we see the confusion as the Secret Service now ordered to stand down as the President drives into the line of fire. Normally, the Secret Service would be riding on the back of the limousine which has foot platforms and handles as seen in this picture. The Secret Service driver William Greer made an almost complete stop in front of the gutter drive, which mainstream documentaries and films will never reveal. But the other assassins had failed to deliver a fatal heat shot. The last assassin, hidden in the drain, was successful. The Mafia too notified that how to plan the assassination of JFK. As the CIA had worked with them on many occasions, the Mafia gave plausible deniability to the power elite that the operation ever came undone.
Has the gentleman been identified? Yes, very good. Right. Has any identification been attempted in killing the president? Not yet. I didn't shoot anybody, sir. I haven't been told what I'm here for. You got a lawyer? No, sir, I don't. I don't know what this is all about. I'm working on building. Actually, if I'm working on building, yes, sir. Well, that's bringing me in because of the fact that I live in the I'm just a cowboy.
Boy, called out said he was. He's just a patsy. Just a patsy. Bullshit. You see him trying to kill each other. So you think he give a fuck about killing one of us? Trying to kill each other.
We are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on public means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of election, on intimidation instead of free choice. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. The stakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silent, not praised. No rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.
When the United States rules the world, the Catholic Church rules the world. Nothing can stand against the Church. I'd like to see the politician who would try to rule against the Church in Chicago. His reign would be short and deep. Archbishop Lincoln, 1903, Chicago trusted to the CIA, which replaced the OSS, Office of Strategic Services, with Harry Truman, Freemason, Allen Dulles, Knights of Malta, William J. Donovan, who was also a member of the support. Even though Dulles was said to be a Presbyterian, which no doubt gave him more cover, many, if not all, CIA directors since the creation of the CIA have had a Jesuit education or some connection to a secret society, Jesuit priest, or advisor. Leaders of governments know very well that shadow government is watching, waiting for the right time to strike, gaining ground inch by inch, controlling men of influence and power by force, threat, intimidation, or bribe. Even as US economic competitors such as the European Union are on the verge of disbanding, the United States President Barack Obama strongly encouraged and advised the EU.
We're good to go. Collect the product and bring it back for storage.
One political and economic superstar. So it is evident that the United States government is not necessarily representing American interests of we the people, but rather we the powerful undercurrent of globalist ownership. Many argue that the New World Order within the wealthy free nations at the distribution of wealthy wealth, raw management. Looking at the same way, totalitarianism always ends in a systematic abuse of the masses. George Orwell's novel, 1984, is a fictitious story, first published in 1949, about a totalitarian regime which kept citizens in a state of fear of the facade of endless war. 1984 has been the few resemblance of what is slowly happening to our society. The ways of government surveillance, arbitrary detainment, and torture and mass media conditioning of the masses for a certain way of thinking. What Napoleon Bonaparte and Adolf Hitler failed to do was the quest for the unification of Europe. The European Union succeeded to do through trade and diplomacy. As you can see, the EU headquarters building is nothing more than a replica of the Tower of Babel. The Tower of Babel provides a selective concentration of cluster cells across the bone structure of the level. The advertisement cluster states 93 posts, 11 visible pentagram stars as well, and its atomic power being held in close quarters including home structure. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, better known as acronym NATO, is the most American force designed and thought necessary to counter the military power of USSR, communism in Western Europe, and nationalist militarism. Now that the Cold War is over for the Soviet Union, the new goal is the domination of Eurasia, outflanking Russia and taking independent possession of Europe. NATO is now more or less an instrument of the weak think tank force, which is BULLsHiT. The strongest influence within this military machine seems to be the United States, as the United Kingdom, France and Germany have lesser but significant say. Gladio was a clandestine operation brought into NATO a year after its creation.
Accused of forced attacks in Ukraine coming up. The third force in eastern Ukraine. Kiev copies George Bush's plans for Iraq. And mainstream hosts storm out of the studio. In the blaming another nation to start wars with forced flag attacks. The most infamous is Operation Himmler. Nazis murdered fellow Germans when blamed Poland to start World War II. Nazis trained by NATO were vile snipers during the Maidan protests and shot both sides, both the police and their own supporters. It helped start the violence that brought the coup d'etat. This images show Ukraine nationalist Una Unser being trained to use sniper rifles by NATO. These false flags, writes intelligence author F. William Engdahl, are just the latest atrocity in the documented NATO Operation Gladio. Decades of terror attacks that have killed hundreds throughout Europe have actually been funded and planned by the White House. Top-level officials in the government and the CIA have confirmed. In what Wikispoons called the most shocking story ignored by the mainstream, Gladio is admitted by former CIA head Bill Colby to be a major operation. Operations like the massacre at Bologna rail station, which killed 85 people and injured hundreds more. EU Parliament passed a resolution condemning the terror, demanded NATO stop and carry out a full investigation.
The US simply ignored it. Evidence shows this US campaign of terror continues today, notes the world's leading scholar on Gladio, Dr. Daniel Ganser. FBI whistleblower Sybil Edmonds, who ACLU calls the most gagged person in US history, revealed the CIA actually expanded the program internationally under codename Gladio G. The same professional snipers in Kiev, writes Global Research News, have been found shooting both sides in countries throughout the world that offer resistance to the US. Political analyst Eric Draper joins us. Really great to talk to you. What's going on?
Who's behind the snipers? If they work in the service of Western intelligence, this is quite clear. Likely private contractors, private mercenaries who are paid to create this kind of chaos. Those who probably cut their teeth on the battlefields of Afghanistan and in Iraq, who now are essentially murderers for hire, who are sent anywhere where the United States or its allies deem necessary to create chaos. So you mentioned a couple of examples in Syria and Ukraine and Venezuela. Also remember, of course, Thailand in 2010. We saw a very similar situation there. Egypt most recently as well. This is a standard tactic, create causes ally of the United States to have a military presence for decades to come.
World's main instigator of false flags was the editor of upcoming Flashpoint in Ukraine, Dr. Stephen London, was the United States. The US hasn't been threatened with a real attack in hundreds of years, whereas the author of Questioning the War on Terror, Dr. Kevin Barrett, the only way to force war on its population is through terror-inducing false flags. 266 American sailors were killed on the USS Maine in Havana Harbor using the slogan, "Remember the Maine." The establishment blamed an enemy mine, then colonized Cuba, Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines. Admiral Hyman Rickover later revealed it had nothing to do with the enemy. The explosion came from inside the ship. The entire US Joint Chiefs of Staff called for another, quote, "Remember the Maine incident" with Operation Northwoods. Declassified documents show Pentagon plans to blow up a US ship, hijack passenger planes, down an airliner from the US full of college students, wage a, quote, "terror campaign" in Miami, other cities and Washington, D.C. False flag attacks must be, quote, "widely publicized in mainstream media" to cause a, quote, "helpful wave of national indignation." Plans signed off by Armed Forces Chief Norman Memnitz.
The cab has been dispatched. It'll be what you saw.
Horrified President Kennedy. It was opposition to out-of-control militarism, writes James Douglas in JFK and the Unspeakable, that Douglas says got Kennedy killed by the intelligence services. This is one of the versions for his assassination. Northwood's mastermind Memnitz was put in charge of NATO, where he, quote, "hoisted the black flag of terror in Europe under Operation Gladio," notes the book Gladio, NATO's dagger at the heart of Europe. Kennedy's removal left a path
Sure
clear
thing, my
for
friend.
Professor Lyndon Baines Johnson to return false flags to center stage. Within less than a year, LBJ fabricated the attack that plunged the US into the Vietnam disaster. The president made up a non-existent strike on US ships in the Gulf of Tonkin and said, quote, "Our toys are floating in the water." The lie goaded Congress into authorizing war, killing more than 3 million Vietnamese and 58,000 US servicemen. President Bush Jr. told British Prime Minister Blair that if he couldn't get UN approval to bomb Iraq, he'd paint a US jet in UN colors and try to get it shot down over Iraq to justify invasions. In a bizarre parallel, Life News this week filmed Kiev now using these armored helicopters with UN insignia against civilians in eastern Ukraine. These are just the false flags that are on the record and officially documented. Some are reprinted in 63 documents the government doesn't want you to read, written by Vietnam vet and former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura. On the few occasions mainstream media lets them speak, police react with disdain and even storm out the studio in fury at the suggestion the government could ever do anything like that.
Starts with a false flag operation. People seriously sick in Germany. Anybody using radio.
But you would have been 9/11 report, and you think it's a piece of fiction? No, I believe everything.
to believe. My government's never lied to me, have they? Let's see, where should we start? The Alpha Conquer incident? I remember our president sitting on TV telling us that our boys are floating in the water and you'll never believe it else. And he told all of them, but they lie all the time. Have you been in government? No. I haven't. So that's good. So I knew about the NFL, but I could watch a football game. He's leaving. For the public to fall for a false flag, mainstream media lies must be coordinated and complete. When the White House lied that Syria's government did the Damascus chemical attack, the entire mainstream media swallowed it whole without asking for a shred of evidence. Last month, US intel admitted actually NATO member Turkey had false flagged the attack, which killed some 1,400 civilians, to justify invasion. Not a single mainstream outlet reported it. Turkey's leaders banned YouTube last month after leaked audio of them planning another false flag to invade Syria, reportedly egged on by John Kerry. Turkey's premier confirmed the authenticity of the tape.
I will send for men from Syria. I'll make up a cause of war by ordering a missile attack on Turkey. Many times.
I'm glad I got you. Someone tripped the alarm at the warehouse. I think it's a break-in. I'd get over there quickly, boss.
Coordinated a term of art that the Turks were just innocently, quote, discussing military strategy, rather than the appalling truth that Turkey's planning a terrorist false flag on their own land as an excuse to invade Syria, apparently encouraged to commit the supreme international crime by the United States Secretary of State himself. US-backed jihadi admits they also took false flags to destroy mosques and blame Syria's government.
I was originally tasked with the destruction of mosques. You destroy the mosques so you can put the blame on the army?
Yes, if the mosque is not destroyed, we desecrate. The massacre of Odessa this month reports counterpunch as all the signs of a classic US false flag. Shortly after dozens of CIA spoofs were discovered instructing Kiev junta how to act in Ukraine. Pro-Kiev thugs were sent to the city of Odessa with these red armbands. But the bloodshed was sparked by this rooftop shooter in a red armband flaying his own side. Duly provoked, the thugs went on to torch and murder dozens of anti-fascist civilians they thought were to blame for the shooting. Jake Hogwarts of the Cosmic Report joined us. Really great to see you. Why does the US establishment behave like this?
It's important to understand the establishment as a collection of psychopathic individuals. And that tells me that the therefore that is a medical diagnosis. There is a percentage of the population that is given by medical and the first condition where they absolutely unable to feel the natural human empathy that we feel for one another and actually to feel for people in situations that under privilege or whatever, if they are in positions of pain or suffering. There is a percentage of the population that has absolutely none of those feelings, and these tend to be the people who are in positions of power and prominence in power structures that themselves are designed specifically to inflict pain and suffering on others. So it is not a big stretch to imagine how psychopathic individuals in military or intelligence function.
Tanks and armored vehicles have now moved in to shoot more unarmed civilians and promote these incredible atrocities seem intentional, justifying military intervention. Right on cue, this week Kiev officially asked for international military help in eastern Ukraine. The author of Questioning the War on Terror, Terrified Journal, really came to see one of the conclusions from Northwood to Operation Gladius Day.
We were learning more and more about how psychopathic so many of our leaders are and have been. Stories about Lyndon Johnson that I can't repeat in international media because they're so disgusting. Stories about the Bush family involved in the worst, most despicable kinds of crime. It's become obvious that a lot of the Western leadership is deeply corrupt. And I think that has a terrible effect on the larger society because it's natural for people to imitate those above them in the social hierarchy. So we, I think, need to rethink the process that we're using to put people into leadership positions military leadership, intelligence leadership, political leadership. And we need to think about coming up with a way to maybe administer psychopathy tests to people who are aspiring leaders.
What a mess.
Or otherwise
They almost cleared us out, boss. I'm going to be all over these security systems from now on. I'll let you know if anything at all shows up.
Because if they don't, I'm afraid that things are going to just spiral out of control. Whole societies will become so corrupt that they will fall apart, and civilization itself will be threatened.
Dr. Barron knows false flags only work when the public's unaware of them. Washington's blog reports that interest in false flags has gone through the roof, and interest now highest in the US. Audiences for mainstream pumping false flag lies are in freefall. Channels like MSNBC shed half their entire viewership last year, losing another quarter just in the first 3 months of 2014. NATO leaders are now known to have mass murdered their own civilians in false flag operations like Gladio. Reportedly, the operation continues today. How many more victims will there be before the public finds out? See truth from facts. This is the Truth Seeker.
Mysterious and elite. For decades, some of the world's most powerful people have come together to form a secret society. But now some of their secrets may be exposed. Joining me with more on the Bilderberg Group is radio host Alex Jones. Alex, I'm wondering what you think about this. Does this mean that news now of the Bilderberg Group will become more mainstream now that this author is coming out to talk about it?
Well, European Union Member of Parliament Mario Borghezio last year questioned in the Parliament why some of the heads of EU positions were Bilderberg Group members. And of course, last year, Judge, remember Harry von Bommel, also petitioned to members of the Bilderberg Group who were in the EU government to explain themselves. So what's happening is more and more people in governments, in different European national governments and in the EU government, are realizing that the real decisions are being made at globalist meetings like the Bilderberg Group. And we wrote a story last week at prisonpod.com titled Bilderberg Group, The Open Conspiracy, because when Jim Tucker was first reporting on this 32 years ago as a U.S. reporter, people made fun of him and laughed at him and said it didn't even exist. Major publications like the New York Times and Time Magazine said it didn't exist. Well, since then, the Bilderberg Group has been forced to go more public and admit that they overtly set up the European Union, that they do want a planetary government, that they do want world government. And so much of their agenda is now promoted by the EU and others. Herman von Rompuy, who's a Bilderberg Group attendee, and of course the head of the EU, has called for global government run by the very central banks that have caused the worldwide derivatives crisis. So yes, just 2 weeks ago, Zbigniew Brzezinski addressed the Council on Foreign Relations and said for the first time in world history, the entire globe is politically awakened, not to the puppet presidents and prime ministers, but elite, and that their world government is basically in trouble. And the Council on Foreign Relations, people in the crowd look very upset. So this Anglo-American Dutch power structure is hidden in the shadows and used the energy of the U.S. and England to carry out this world government is in trouble because the American people and others are waking up to the fact that we've been used as the engine of this covert empire.
I want to interrupt you just real quick. I think you make a good point talking about how it really did used to be viewed as sort of a conspiracy, and a lot of people didn't see the validity in talking about this as something that was real. But many of the predictions that the Bilderberg Group has made, especially related to the economy and financial meltdown in Europe, have been extremely accurate. Talk a little bit about that and how that has sort of altered politics.
I've sent the collection point to your GPS. Make the pickup and bring the goods to the warehouse. Should be straightforward.
All together, it's really a mafia commission meeting, and they're deciding on the disputes and the agenda for the following year. Because they're already going in the basic direction they want to go, there's minor tweaks going on. So, 2 years ago, I traveled to Virginia stepped down from a campaign that was done 2 days later after we announced it. We were able to discover that Bilderberg Group's planning to run gas prices up to $150 a barrel. He pulled out because this is year. Bilderberg Group said they made deals with the stage collapse. The Berlin Wall, Jim Tucker reported on that for a year before it happened. Jim Tucker also reported on these Bilderberg inside sources that Bush was going to announce that he did believe in global warming, one of carbon taxes. That became verified a few weeks later, when the Washington Post was announcing that the attack on Iraq was going to be 2002. American Free Press and others reported from the Bilderberg sources that the owners of the Washington Post, Luther Graham, had attended and knew that it was going to be in March of 2003. That was later confirmed. So yes, the Bilderberg Group is the highest level of public propaganda that they put out at Davos and in other forums. Yes, and more, what the secret of Bilderberg Group is doing behind closed doors is more being put out publicly because they've now been revealed. They're having to admit to the world government agenda, but they're putting a spin on it that's good and humanitarian. And we cover this in my film, The Obama Deception. But yes, they're in a lot of trouble because the planet is waking up to their covert criminal operation.
Just very, very briefly, Alex, the secrecy and the privacy, how important is that?
Well, it's very important that Bilderberg keep its inner working secret. It's okay if stuff from decades ago comes out, but they don't want the new information to come out because their agenda can then be thwarted. Their main function now is vetting European, British, and U.S. politicians. That is one of their most important functions. More and more, they're being made not obsolete. It's just that the global pace has forced the Bilderberg Group to...
Alex, I'm going to have to cut you off. I'm so sorry. We are out of time. I always like hearing from you.
The Bilderberg Group can be summed up in their goals and aspirations by looking at the values. Joseph Ratzinger, who once studied to be a Catholic priest in the Jesuit seminary, was concerned about the anti-Americanism in Western Europe. He approached Prince Gerhard of the Netherlands, who then in turn contacted Paul van Zeelen of the Catholic Party of Belgium. Prince Gerhard contacted Walter Bedell Smith, director of the CIA, and Charles Douglas Jackson, who was an expert in psychological warfare and director of the defunct OSS, Strategic Services, program of the CIA. So the Bilderberg Group families consisted of royalty, intelligence service directors, a member of the Roman Catholic political party, and the influences of the Jesuit order movement, Joseph Ratzinger, the upset. It would also be said to be the New World Order enforcers, bringing the world into some sort of collective governance. How can war and collectivism bring peace and prosperity? We've already seen the fruit of broken promises of past leaders, and each proposed a well-ordered utopia, such as a communist state which is more often than not linked to mass murder. Joseph Stalin, Mao Zedong, and Pol Pot politically liquidated tens of millions of people. Right-wing politics is said to portray death, destruction, and misery as well. Hitler, Pinochet, and Franco murdered and brutalized opponents and dissidents, and as these dictators all had the blessing of the Roman Catholic Church. Historically, the Vatican was always linked to extreme left of fascism, the ideology opposite to communism, for reasons the Vatican has a similar attachment to fascism, as one of the main doctrines of communism is the denial of the existence of God, which leaves little room for Roman Catholicism. The ideological views of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, socialism and communism, were defined from such works as Plato's Republic, and were meant to create heaven on earth in theory. What happens in practice was misery and tyranny. Socialism or communism, no matter how it is expressed, is collectivism, and it is or eventually leads to totalitarianism. Fascism is simply the flip side of the same totalitarian coin. It would bring for a religious and political leader. Both ideologies are totalitarianism and lead to big brother government. You may have noticed how China is allowing more freedoms, becoming more capitalist, quasi-democratic. The United States has morphed into a strange mix of communism, fascism, and capitalism. where capitalism in the future will only be a privilege for the elite. The United States and many other Western countries have rapidly become police states with controlled media owned by only a handful of individuals. Many Western government states and provincial governments are slowly surrendering power to federal governments, which in turn surrender power to organisations such as the United Nations, World Bank, IMF and trade unions. Sovereign countries will lose autonomy, and citizens will face laws that will deface individuals and be replaced by corporations. The world government to grow, meaning problems that need fixing. In reality, many problems are created, some are induced, and some naturally occur. The problem, reaction, solution model is the most effective strategy to create a new world order. Problems such as overpopulation, climate change, and terrorism are examples of problems the world's powerful bring before a blind public in order to bring about the desired changes. The correct terminology is social engineering. The allied countries of the United States, such as the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, are also rapidly losing personal freedoms and liberties, which might soon exceed the restrictions of communist China.
Attention placed on the NSA's mass surveillance of American citizens, it's easier to forget the other countries that are taking a page out of the agency's spybook. Just this past weekend, it was revealed that in 2008, Australia's surveillance agency shared information about the country's citizens with its most trusted intelligence partners. Perhaps the most concerning part of this recently leaked Snowden document was the discussion between these allies over whether or not to share the medical, legal, and religious information of Australian citizens. But this story is just a microcosm of the larger international spying cabal working together to peer into every nook and cranny of the world. So who exactly are these speaking partners? Well, they call themselves the Five Eyes, a partnership made up of intelligence agencies in 5 English-speaking countries: the US, the UK, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. And just like the Eye of Sauron, I've seen all, which is an especially appropriate analogy since The Lord of the Rings was filmed in New Zealand. But I digress. You see, the Five Eyes Agreement has been around since the end of World War II. It was so secret that the program wasn't even disclosed to the public until 2005. On the surface, this treaty is just a friendly agreement between allied nations, but it's essential to stopping global terrorism. But thanks to the Snowden leaks, we now know just what an asinine agreement it's actually being used for: industrial espionage and circumventing those pesky laws that prohibit warrantless surveillance of a country's own citizens. In theory, these nations are not allowed to spy on each other's people. We all know rules are meant to be broken. In 2007, the NSA analyzed and retained any British citizen's mobile phone number, email, and IP address swept up in its enormous dragnet. Another memo dated from 2005 shows that the NSA was working on a procedure to spy on other 4 countries. And while one sentence in the memo states that the US and UK will not explicitly target each other, the very next sentence says governments reserve the right to spy on each other's citizens when it's in the best interest of each nation. And that's not open to interpretation at all. Look, I think it's clear at this point that the myth of the American empire exporting freedom and democracy really means
You need a receipt for taxes?
The missions of fascism, capitalism, and communism seem to be the cornerstone of the New World Order autocracy. Yes, autocracy, like the Roman Empire with a pope instead of a Caesar, but more than a psychopathy. Karl Marx raised some very realistic economic predictions for the future in his writings, such as when markets have become saturated, how must eventually go back to the state. For example, when everybody in the world has a pair of shoes and a mobile phone, markets then become uncompetitive. Companies can only compete as long as they make a profit. When the profit is marginal or non-existent due to fierce competition or oversupply, power must eventually go back to the state. 3D printing will definitely speed this process along, and perhaps 3D printing will end up being regulated by the New World Order under license, especially in the case of guns. The state will oversee licensed mass production. Interesting foresight by Karl Marx, considering we can see this happening in the United States and around the world. Many lines of business are ending up in the hands of a few. The Western economic system is similar to a giant Ponzi scheme with new industries. Recently, the United States has even legalized marijuana in some states.
And many European countries seem to rely on drug trafficking and prostitution to raise their GDP.
It's this simple, folks. If you believe the world economy is a sound, solid structure, you are an idiot. I mean, the kindest way possible. But seriously, the entirety of our economy is a Ponzi scheme. And anyone with half a brain who spends about 15 minutes thinking about it will agree. And the Ponzi scheme is beginning to show these cracks. First thing people was in their homes and savings because they were buying up crap they couldn't afford. Then we had government bailing out banks and corporations. Now we have government bailing out other businesses. We can speculate and finance the present with the promise of future prosperity. It's insane. At some point, the buck will have to stop.
People are really showing which side they're on right now. This is the big move. And there's a headline. Pope Francis calls for a new system of global government to tackle climate change. That's not an Infowars.com headline. That's in Time Magazine, Newsweek, the BBC. I mean, Lord Monty, how do you square this?
What has happened here is that Pope Francis was brought up in the communist tradition of what's called liberation theology, which came out of the French university, like so many other bad ideas, and it was taken back to Latin America by students from the priesthood who'd gone to study for university degrees in France. And of course one of those was Pope Francis. So he is an anti-capitalist through and through.
The Jesuits are well aware that capitalism as we know it cannot survive for long. Technologies such as 3D printing and robotic automation will make most of the workforce redundant. Power, to a large degree, would have to go back to the state, maintaining capitalism.
What are the chances a robot computer will one day take over your job? According to one study, 47% of U.S. jobs have a high probability of becoming computerized. And recently, the Pew Research Center surveyed 1,900 experts who all agreed that automation and artificial intelligence will truly pervade our lives by 2025. But nearly half of the experts aren't optimistic about this automation at all. They say robots and other tech will displace blue and white collar workers. Masses of people will be effectively unemployed.
Many dictators and ancient superpowers have had the same ambition of world domination, such as the Babylonians, Egyptians, Medes and Persians, ancient Greece, and the Roman Empire, and last of all, the Roman Catholic Church, which is simply a continuation of the Roman Empire that was authorized by the Byzantine or Eastern Roman Emperor Justinian I, 527 to 565 AD, after the demise of Western Rome. Eventually, the Roman Catholic Church was subdued by Napoleon's general.
Just ping the collection location through to you. Pick up the goods and bring them back to the warehouse. I don't anticipate any trouble.
Theories believe that the Roman Catholic Church was over 50 million people. Later in history, the independent Vatican City State was established in 1929 by the Lateran Church, signed by Catholic Secretary of State Pietro Gasparri, and the Archbishop passed the law. Prime Minister Benito Mussolini, on behalf of Giuseppe Emmanuel III of Italy. Since 1929, the papacy has gathered momentum, and today is the most powerful organization in the country. Vatican rule and infiltration is a growing concern within many countries. Every Catholic has a responsibility to obtain the Pope before the King, President, or country. So more often than not, the conflict of interest arises. When a practicing Catholic holds any public or political office, in past history, the papacy used the armies of rulers and kings to procure the agenda and establish papal supremacy, most probably because of the cost. Some examples are King Clovis I, who enforced Catholicism with an iron fist in the Frankish tribes, and King Philip II of Spain, who was Pope Sixtus V, saying his armada from the rebellious Protestant England. The St. Bartholomew's Day massacre and many more examples are all indictments against the papacy's religio-political agenda controlling kings.
The Catholic Church has infiltrated the highest levels of government in many nations, like the Roman Catholic secret societies such as the Jesuits, Knights of Malta, Opus Dei, Knights of Columbus, and Laymen too. Wherever the Jesuits knew that if they could commandeer agencies like the CIA, NSA, the FBI, the Secret Service, as well as placing Jesuit trade and influence directors in military and defense roles, Vatican can ultimately control the US government, forcing other nations to comply with the implementation of the Vatican's new world order. The Society of Jesus, better known as the Jesuit Order, is the right arm of the Catholic Church. The Jesuits were approved by Pope Paul III in 1540 to counteract the Reformation, but grew more powerfully pervasive than the Roman Catholic Church itself. The Illuminati, simply members of the Jesuit Order, were disenfranchised from the Roman Catholic Church when Pope Clement XIV, by the Greek Dominus Epidemicus, suppressed the Jesuits on the 21st of July 1773. This was under the pressure of leaders of European nations to subversive actions against the state. The Illuminati was simply the Jesuits resurrected under a new guise and a new name. Some years later, the monarchs that instigated the suppression of the Jesuits were no longer ruling as the political revolutions that the Jesuits had conceived under the guise of the Illuminati. Pope Pius VII restored the Jesuit order to its preeminence in 1814. The Jesuits simply kept the Illuminati as a secret society controlling secular society, including education, Greek liquor organizations, political government, proper healthy society, and healthy feeding. Other secret societies such as Skull and Bones and Freemasonry. Now the Jesuits control both spheres, Christianity and secularism. The Jesuit order was extremely successful in its counter-reformation against Protestantism, as well as stamping out any papal dissent noted by Martin Luther, who nailed the 95 Theses to the Wittenberg Castle door in 1517. But the Jesuit war against Protestantism has been going on for centuries, even landing on the shore of the United States of America, which was deemed a Protestant nation.
The car has been sent. Should be with you soon.
President Washington was the first president to be utilized by the Jesuits. If you know that President Washington already was initiated by the Jesuits to bring about the first communication with the Vatican ever known in this country.
Where are we heading?
President Reagan, throughout all this time, President Reagan has come to fulfill the greatest, the greatest moment in the history of this conspiracy, because no other president has come as close as President Reagan brought about several things. One of them is the diplomatic relationship with the Vatican. Second, the preparation for the signature of a contract between the Vatican and the United States. And if you want to know, this never took place overnight. President Reagan was prepared and is here for the task that is performing today as President of the United States by the Jesus alone and the time that he served as a star in a movie that was very well known and still being shown today, very well known, about the football team of Notre Dame. That's right. This is the time that the first
if you'll pay extra.
When Ronald Reagan opened diplomatic relations with the Vatican State on January the 10th, 1984, something that the American people had contested in former years because the contrast between the United States, a nation of religious liberty, and Vatican City, a dictatorial state that claimed fascism to be more in line with the political thinking and tyranny of religious freedom. In 1989, tearing down the Berlin Wall was an example of the intimacy of the US Vatican merger, with Pope John Paul II announcing both the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Soviet Union, which had long been opposed to Roman Catholicism and the United States during the Cold War. Time magazine published an article on the 24th of February 1992 about the alliance between the Pope and Ronald Reagan, President of the United States, ushering in a new era of US-Vatican relations. Henry Luce, co-founder of Time magazine, was also a member of the Roman Catholic Secret Society, Knights of Malta. The other founder died at a very young age, soon after the creation of the magazine.
concern that planted stories intended to serve a national purpose abroad came home and were circulated here and believed here, because this would mean that the CIA could manipulate the news in the United States by channeling it through some foreign country. And we're looking at that very carefully.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to a major circulation of American journals? We do have people who submit pieces to American journals. Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks? This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in the executive session.
CBS, that's how this guy, the CIA, as a matter of fact, by the time I became the head of the whole news and public affairs operation in 1954, just as an average thing, I was told about the last that I carried on with them.
We have quite a lot of detailed information, and we will
Here you go. Have a good one.
evaluate it, and we will include any evidence of wrongdoing or any evidence of impropriety in our final report and make recommendations. Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to the national news services, AP and UPI? Well, again, I think we're getting into the kind of detail, Mr. Chairman, that I prefer to handle in executive session.
Do you think you name
That remains to be seen.
I think it was entirely in order for our correspondence at that time to make use of the CIA agency as a truth station. Other members of the executive staff of the CIA as sources of information which were useful in their assessments of world relations.
Yeah, I would think probably for a reporter it would continue today, but because of all of the revelations of the period of the 1970s, it seems to me that a reporter's got to be much more circumspect in doing it now, or he runs the risk of at least being looked at with disfavored by the public. I think you've got to be much more careful about that.
How has the CIA interfered in the American film industry since the Cold War era until today? What Hollywood films have come to market carrying the CIA's message and offering a vicious and extreme image of America's enemies? Who are the enemies? Who are targeted for destruction by the American agents? In 1917, when the United States entered World War I, President Woodrow Wilson's Committee on Public Information enlisted the aid of America's film industry in making training films and features supporting the cause. George Creel, chairman of the CPI, believed that the movies had a role in carrying the gospel of Americanism to every corner of the globe. The Federal Bureau of Investigation established an office in the 1930s to bolster its image in radio programs, films, and television shows. In 1947, the Department of Defense followed suit, and now the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Secret Service all have motion picture and television officers or official assistants to the media on their payroll. During World War II, Hollywood's contribution was to provide propaganda.
Hollywood's most famous movie stars leave the film capital to help the government sell war bonds. Irene Dunn, Ronald Colman, Teddy Lamar, Greer Garson. All part of a contingent of some 50 screen
Quite a
celebrities
collection
giving
you've
up
got
$1,000
here.
to aid the National
Your
War
personal
Effort.
vehicle's being brought up now.
How y'all copyright something that's in the background and something like it's not music?
Boarding a special train for Washington, they'll tour 300 cities from coast to coast. Go to any city that agrees to subscribe at least $1 million.
We're good to go. Collect the product and bring it back for storage.
After the war, Washington reciprocated by using subsidies, special provisions in the Marshall Plan, and general clout to pry open resistant European film markets.
Every society to some degree has the representation of the individual in the society. The CIA's involvement in Hollywood goes all the way back to not only Hollywood, really starts in the media in the 1950s when Alan Dulles created the pattern that wanted to really influence the movie. Carl Bernstein, the famous Woodward and Bernstein journalist who served Watergate, was actually the co-winner of the Pulitzer Prize in 1973. In 1977, I believe he published an article in 20,000 words titled "The CIA and the Media," and this was actually published in Rolling Stone magazine in 1977, and it really disclosed the hand, the side of hand that Hollywood had in influencing the media as a whole. Now, eventually this would, lend itself to Hollywood for obvious reasons. But, there was actually in the 70s, Senator Brian Church headed a committee, the Senate Intelligence Committee, to actually look into the involvement, the extent of the involvement in the CIA in the media. We had William Colby and George Bush Sr. Come out and actually, sort of thwarted the investigation, and their logic was, their reasoning was that this would disclose some highly sensitive information, it would not be right for national security. A lot of the same issues we see going on.
It's evident that the CIA promotes Catholicism through Hollywood. America is a predominantly Protestant country with 51%, with Roman Catholicism at 23%. One only has to think back to the overwhelming majority of Hollywood films involving Catholic priests. Public relations nightmare of Pope Benedict XVI, with the ever-declining popularity of the Roman Catholic Church due to scores of sexual abuse cases, the Jesuits were summoned, and Pope Francis was elected, the first Jesuit to be elected pontiff. America's staying member Greg Bird, the Minister of Service of Transportation, Fox News and Time magazine, is appointed the public relations advisor to Pope Francis. Ever since, Pope Francis has participated in cheap gimmicks and public displays of charity that have swayed public opinion to proclaim Pope Francis as the people's hope. Zimbabwean dictator Robert Mugabe was raised a Roman Catholic and educated in Jesuit schools. One of the world's most prolific authors had this to say on the Jesuits: "There is no crime too great for them to commit, no deception too base for them to practice, no disguise too difficult for them to assume, without the perpetual property and humility that is the studied aim to secure wealth and power, to be devoted to the overthrow of Protestantism and the re-establishment of the papal supremacy. And appearing as members of their order, who wore a garb of sanctity, visiting prisons and hospitals, ministering to the sick and poor, pressing to the renounced the world, and bearing the sacred name of Jesus, who went about doing good." But under this blameless exterior, the most criminal and deadly purposes were often concealed. It was a
fundamental principle of the order that the end justifies the means. By this code, lying, theft, perjury, assassination are not only pardonable but commendable if they serve the interests of the Church. Under various disguises, the Jesuits worked their way into offices of state, climbing up to be the counsellors of kings and shaping the policy of nations. They became servants to act as spies upon the masters. They established colleges for the sons of princes and nobles, and schools for the common people, and the children of Protestant parents were drawn into the observance of Popish rites, the great controversy of clergy of Rome. The Black Pope, who was the superior general of the Jesuits, is said to be the most powerful man in the world. Currently, he is Adolfo Nicholas, who lived and taught theology in Asia, so a Jesuit goal at this time would be the subjection of Asia. At the time of 9/11, Adolfo Nicholas' predecessor, Peter Hans Kaltenbach, was superior general of the Jesuits, as he was a specialist in the Middle East of identity. Jesuit priest Malachi Martin wrote in his book, The Keys of this Flow, as he identifies the last decades of the 20th century as the end game of the New World Order. 9/11 was an extremely suspicious event. Many inconsistencies, such as molten ironstones spewing out the sides of the building, seemed controlled demolition from the determined. In the scripts, also a telltale sign of controlled demolition. There were also many private videos and conflicting statements by witnesses that made the official story unconvincing. The people in power were all subservient to the Vatican. General Michael Hayden, Jesuit educated at Queensland. George Tenet, Jesuit educated at Georgetown. George H. Bush, who bows down to the Pope, is seen here giving George Tenet a medal for the biggest intelligence breakout in history. Von Rumsfeld attended Jesuit Georgetown University. NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command, is directed by Roman Catholic Ralph Eberhard. It was criticized by Senator Mark Dayton, saying, "This country and its citizens were completely undefeated for 109 minutes.
On the morning of September 11, 2001, 19 men armed with box cutters, directed by a man on dialysis in a transport was halfway around the world using a satellite phone and a laptop, directed the most sophisticated penetration of the most heavily defended airspace in the world, powering the passengers and the military combat-trained pilots on 4 commercial aircraft before flying those planes wildly off course for over an hour without being molested by a single fighter interceptor. These 19 hijackers, devout religious fundamentalists who like to drink alcohol, snort cocaine, and live with pink-haired strippers, managed to knock down 3 buildings with 2 planes in New York, while in Washington, a pilot who couldn't handle a single-engine Cessna was able to fly a 757 in an 8,000-foot descending 270-degree corkscrew turn to come exactly level with the ground, hitting the Pentagon and the Budget Analyst Office, where DoD staffers were working on the mystery of the $2.3 trillion that Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld announced missing from the Pentagon's coffers in a press conference the day before.
The good news is we have a buyer. The bad news is he wants the goods dropped at different locations. We got everything loaded and ready. Take it to the different points on your GPS and we'll get paid.
And those who harbored them.
And the evidence literally fell into the FBI's lap.
The hijackers' passports blocks from the World Trade Center crash site. You believe that?
But for some reason, a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists demanded an investigation into the greatest attack on American soil in history. That investigation was delayed, underfunded, set up to fail, a conflict of interest, and a cover-up from start to finish. It was based on testimony extracted through torture, the records of which were destroyed. It failed to mention the existence of WTC-7, Able Danger, PTEC, Development, OBL, and the CIA, and the drills of hijacked aircraft being flown into buildings that were being simulated at the precise same time that those events were actually happening. It was licensed by the Pentagon, the CIA, the Bush administration, and as for Bush and Cheney, well, no one knows what they told it because they testified in secret, off the record, not in public, and behind closed doors. It didn't bother to look at who funded the attacks because that question is ultimately of little practical significance. Still, the 9/11 Commission did brilliantly answering all of the questions the public had, except most of the victims' family members' questions, and pinned blame of all the people responsible, but then there was some just lost their job, determining the attacks were because
The way our government is, I don't think the federal government could envision flying airplanes in buildings.
except the Pentagon, you're right, and the NRO.
The BIA destroyed 2.5 terabytes of data on Eagle Danger, but that's okay because it probably wasn't important. The SEC destroyed their records on the investigation into the insider trading before the attacks, but that's okay because destroying the records of the largest investigation in SEC history is just part of routine record keeping. NIST has classified the data that they used for their model of WTC7's collapse, but that's okay because knowing how they make their model of the collapse would jeopardize public safety. The FBI has argued that all material related to their investigation on 9/11 should be kept secret from the public, but that's okay because the FBI probably has nothing to hide. This man never existed, nor is anything you have to say worthy of your attention, and if you say otherwise, you are a paranoid conspiracy theorist and deserve to be shunned by all of humanity. Likewise, him, and her, and him. Osama bin Laden lived in the Cape Fortress in the hills of Afghanistan, but somehow got away. Then he was hiding out in Tora Bora, but somehow got away. Then he lived in Abbottabad for years, talking with his comprehensive intelligence dragnet employing the most sophisticated technology in the history of the world for a decade, releasing video after video with complete impunity and getting younger and younger as he did so, before finally being found in a very SEAL team raid which wasn't recorded on video, in which he didn't resist or easily fight with a human shield, and in which these crack special forces operatives panicked and killed disarmed men, supposedly the best source of intelligence about their fast and low terrorists on the entire planet. Then they dumped his body in the ocean before exploiting his brother. Then a couple dozen of that team's members died in a helicopter crash in it. This is the story of 9/11, brought to you by the media which showed you the hurt.
Every CIA director since 9/11 has been Jesuit trained which have employed the subjugation of nations, putting in place the Wage War in the Middle East in an effort to neutralize Muslims and to control resources for the New World Order. 10 days after 9/11, I had a suspect laid by Stalin. Deputy Secretary working on, so I went downstairs, just said, I was from the staff, and he's working. And one of the journalists called me in and said, "Sir, you got to come in, you got to come in and talk for a second." He said, "You're too busy." He said, "No. He says, we've made the decision to end the war with Iraq." This was on about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information for what connected Saddam and Al-Qaeda?" He said, "No, there's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if we only do what we can, everybody has to look like a name." So I came back to seeing a few weeks later, and by the time we were bombing Afghanistan, I said, "We're still going to war with Iraq." He said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, "I'm free for one place to pick up a piece of paper and say." He said, "I just got this down from upstairs from the Secretary of Defense office today." He said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
Speculations were raised on the reasons for NATO's intervention in Libya. Zaki's Laura Emmett reports the organisation may have been trying to prevent Gaddafi from burying the American flag.
According to some, it's about protecting civilians.
We must not tolerate this regime using military force against its own people.
Others say it's about oil.
The only reason we're interested with Libya is about the oil.
You think we'd be in Iraq if the major export there was broccoli?
But some are convinced intervention in Libya is all about currency, specifically Gaddafi's plan to introduce the gold dinar, a single African currency made from gold, a true sharing of the wealth.
It's one of these things that you have to plan almost in secret. Because as soon as you say we're going to change over from the dollar to something else, and you go all into targeting. There were 2 conferences on this, one in 1996 and another in 2000, where the world was all countries organized by Gaddafi. And everybody was interested, I think most countries in Africa were too.
Gaddafi didn't give up.
In the months leading up to the military intervention, he called on African and Muslim nations to join together to create this new currency that would rival the dollar and euro. They would sell oil and other resources around the world only for gold dinars. It's an idea that would shift the economic balance of the world. Countries' wealth would depend on how much gold they have, not how many dollars they trade. And Libya has 144 tons of gold. The UK has double that, but 10 times the population.
The intent to try to reprice his oil or whatever else the country was selling within the markets and set something else as a currency, or maybe launch a gold in our currency, any move such as that would certainly not be welcomed by the power elite today who are responsible for controlling the world's central banks. So yes, that would certainly be something that would cause his immediate dismissal and the need for other reasons to be brought forth for removing him from power.
It's happened before. In 2000, Saddam Hussein announced Iraqi oil would be traded in euros, not dollars. Sanctions and an invasion followed. Some say because the Americans were desperate to prevent OPEC from transferring oil trading in all its member countries to the euro. The UK's gold is kept here in a secure vault somewhere in the depths of the Bank of England. As in most developed countries, there's not enough to go around. But that's not the case in places like Libya and many of the Gulf states. The gold dinar would have given oil-rich African and Middle Eastern countries the power to turn around to their energy-hungry customers and say, sorry, the price has gone up and we want gold. Some say the US and its NATO allies literally couldn't afford to let that happen.
There's another number that is alarming to me. It is that 90% of the civilian casualties, 90% come from the Syrian. How did you get that result? There was a report that was issued in the last 6 months.
Okay, as I said earlier, the war is not traditionally war. It's not about capturing land and gaining land. It's about winning the hearts and minds of the Syrians. We cannot win the hearts and minds of the Syrians while we are killing Syrians. We cannot sustain 4 years in that position as a government and me as president, while the rest of the world, most of the world, claim our regional power against me and my people against me. That's impossible. I mean, this project has no legal strength. So this is not realistic, and this is against our interest as government is to kill the people. What do we get for the benefit of killing people?
Well, I mean, the argument is that your weapons of war have been used that most people look down on with grace. One is poison gas. They believe it has been used here. So if there is evidence of that, they would like to have the right to inspect to see where it's coming from. As you know, barrel bombs have been used, and they come from helicopters. The name of people who have helicopters is a Syrian bomb. And so those two acts of war, which society looks down on, as
Let me fully answer this. It's very important. This is part of the malicious propaganda against Syria. First of all, the chlorine gas is not military gas. You can buy it.
But it can be weaponized.
No, because it's not very effective. It's not used as military gas. That's very self-evident. Traditional armament is more important than chlorine. And if it was very effective, the terrorists will have used it on a larger scale. Because it's not effective, it's not used.
Then why not let's take them in and inspect and see whether it's been used or not? You'd be happy for that.
Of course, we always ask the delegation, they should come and investigate. But, I mean, logically, realistically, it cannot be used as military. This is part of the propaganda because, as you know, in the media, when it bleeds, it bleeds. And they always look for something that bleeds, which is the chlorine gas and the barrel bombs.
You do use barrel bombs. You're just saying.
There's no such thing called barrel bombs. You have bombs. And any bombs is about killing.
You have often spoken about the danger of a wider war in the Middle East. You talk about the parties in it. Characterize how you see them. And we begin with Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is anarchic autocracy, medieval system that's based on the Wahhabi ideology. Actually, it's a marriage between the Wahhabi and the political system for 200 years now. That's how we look at it.
And what is their connection to ISIS?
The same ideology, the same background.
So ISIS and Saudi Arabia...
You got the pickup point on your GPS? Okay. All looks cool from here. Just collect the goods and bring them to the warehouse.
So you believe that all Wahhabis have the same ideology as ISIS?
That's not ISIS by a Muslim. It's not something we discovered or we try to prove. It's very evident for you the same goods. We don't relate to it. Turkey, let's say, it's Muslim Brotherhood tactics. It doesn't mean that he's member, but he's a Khalid.
President Erdogan is
the Muslim Brotherhood Khalid. And he's somebody who's suffering from chronic fatigue Armenia. And you think that he's becoming the Sultan of the Union in the 21st century?
You think he could stop the war if he wanted to?
Definitely. He doesn't only ignore the terrorists from coming to Syria, he support them logistically and militarily. On daily basis.
Tell us what the Russians want. So a strong ally of you. What do they want?
Definitely, they want to have balance in the world. It's not only about Syria. A small country. It's not about having huge interests in Syria that we have it anywhere else. So it's about the future of the world. They want to be very proud that they have their own state. It's keep focus for them.
And what do they want to Syria?
Stability and political solution.
And what does Iran want?
The same. The same. Syria, Iran, and Russia see eye to eye regarding this conflict.
And what is your obligation to both of them?
What do you mean obligation?
What do you owe them?
Yeah, I know that. They didn't ask them for anything. Nothing at all. They don't do that for Syria. They do it for the region and for the world. Because stability is very important for them.
You.
Plan was first announced by George W. Bush when he was president, just after the invasion of Iraq in 2003 at a G8 meeting, and it was called the Greater Middle East Project. And that project, they published a map of what they had in mind, was the control and the democratization, as they call it, of the entire Islamic world, from Afghanistan, Pakistan, down through Iran, Syria, the Persian Gulf area, the oil-producing states there, and across North Africa all the way to Morocco. Events, the so-called Arab Spring, have been planned years back, and the instigators of those so-called spontaneous protests, these Twitter revolts in Cairo and Tunisia and so forth over the last months, have all been pre-organized assiduously. Some of the leaders of the protests have been trained in Belgrade and Serbia by political activists financed by the U.S. State Department. This thing has State Department and U.S. intelligence all over it. And why are they doing this? Well, two things in my view. One, there is vast wealth in the hands of the leading circles in the Arab world. Vast wealth. Sovereign wealth funds of countries like Kuwait and other countries, but also just the resources. And one of the agendas is to introduce, as was done in the Soviet Union after 1991, through the collapse of the Soviet Union, the agenda of IMF privatization, free market economy, and so forth, so that Western banks and financial agencies and corporations could come in and take the thunder. The second agenda is militarily in places such as Libya or South Sudan, the so-called Republic of South Sudan, to militarize those oil sources that are directly strategic to China's future economic growth. So this is all about controlling the labor of things with the defense we talked about in 1997 in this famous book, The Grand Western, and controlling especially Russia and China and the cohesion of the Eurasian countries economically.
The results have been taking place. Can we honestly say that Middle East and Northern African countries, which have gone through the changes, have they really become more democratic?
Egyptian and Tunisian friends of mine say that it's just the opposite. The economy is in far worse shape. Libya had the highest living standard in all of Africa before the bombings that made it. Today, the country is in ruins because of those bombings, not because of Gaddafi. The economy of Egypt is in dire straits. The military runs in control. The military high command of Egypt was sitting in the Pentagon when the votes kicked off and waited for a signal from the Pentagon when to return and take control of those events.
So will the instigators of the conflicts who seem to be the United States and some of the European powers that could look at Libya, will they be able to restore normality in these countries, or is it not even in their interest?
I don't think they even want to stop the economy of the opposition. I think what their concern is, especially the Pentagon, is military control. The next step will be this so-called transitional national council in Libya is to have that puppet government give the naval permanent basing rights inside Libya, something they may have without South Sudan, a similar thing, where they're defenseless unless they have naval forces in there. The Africa is coordinating these two. Pentagon's Africa Command, which is interestingly enough created just after China's 2006 African diplomacy that 40 heads of African nations were invited to Beijing, and enormous deals were signed with the Chinese companies for oil exploration, to build hospitals, get soft loans, everything the IMF didn't do in Africa in the last 30 years. The Chinese began doing, and that had enormous results. But the only way, as they see it, they can survive and keep the dollars their instrument, Wall Street, I'm talking about, is the grant of money, as I call it in my book, is to find new areas of leak. So the Arab Spring was directed against rather than privatizing the vast wealth of the Arab oil world and the Arab world generally, just as the use of the IMF in the former Soviet Union was consciously designed by Wall Street and by Washington in order to plunder the vast resources of Russia and the former Soviet Union and the Western countries.
So if the dollar does not retain its superior status, do you think there's any likelihood that the euro will retain it, or inherit it, rather?
Well, one reason that there's this difficulty with Greece and these so-called Eurozone weaker economies is that this is part of a kind of a covert financial warfare between the dollar and the euro as reserve currency. It started when the Chinese started complaining publicly about the flawed economic policy of Washington running net deficits and endangering the value of China's treasury bond. So now, just when that became public, suddenly there was a Greek crisis, and the Greek crisis was put in place in 2002 before Greece entered the Eurozone by none other than Goldman Sachs, the most powerful bank in America, arguably today, politically well connected to Washington. So it's very clear if you follow the money trail that the Greek crisis was programmed to be detonated at command by Wall Street and the U.S. Treasury, as well as the Federal Reserve, in order to defend the reserve currency role of the U.S. dollar. But I don't see the European economies engaged against the U.S. because one great difference, Europe still produces things. Europe still has real industry.
Would you believe that, going back to the beginning of our interview, would you believe that there are some European countries that benefit from the situation say, in Libya, like France?
I was just going to say, Sarkozy had a meeting in March when the drama in Libya kicked off. He invited leaders of the so-called Transitional National Council to Paris and made them prescript sweet weapons in their ears about having control of the oil resources of Eastern Libya and poured money, weapons. The CIA and French intelligence have been pouring arms into these insurgent groups inside Libya. This is non-insurrection financed by major countries in Libya. It's no peaceful total revolution of a bunch of kids who have a dream of American-style democracy or something. This is raw power grab by the French.
What do you predict, or in your opinion, what do you think will happen in Libya now? Well, I mean, the Russian troops will have to pull out at some point, and then what?
Well, really, I imagine in the Iraq scenario or Afghanistan, what you have in Afghanistan, you have 17 permanent U.S. military bases in Afghanistan, most of them air bases who are not bombing the Taliban, they're preparing for a coming war in Afghanistan with China, or maybe with Russia. They've got a military bastion in the heart of Central Asia. That's something that they never had been before. So I think you'll be able to see the question for something.
What role do you think Russia should play in the events which are happening right now?
I think Russia, given the history going back more than the Cold War, Russia can play a very stabilizing role as a counterforce to this highly dangerous strategy of the Great Middle East conflict with NATO and the U.S. in that region. Russia can play a very important role blocking some untoward events on the side of the UN Security Council in Syria. I don't think China would agree, as they did in the case to UN action, sanction action in Syria. But in more ways than that, Russia can play a very constructive role in the region to try to counter this destabilization. I would hope they do.
The Americans say in some of their comments and wordplay that we're friends of the Iranian mission. They are lying, they are lying. You can see this through their actions. They threaten Iran, then they expect the Islamic Republic to reduce its defense capability. Is this not funny? Is this not ridiculous? At the same time, when threatening us, they say you must reduce your defense capabilities. No, the Iranian nation are authority. Various authorities from different sectors in the armed forces, with the help of God, will increase their defense strength every day.
Your argument is that some Arab countries will now engage in a fight against ISIS. Earlier, supported the rise of ISIS.
Well, in any way, you're fully aware that not only regional countries, some countries, but also some countries from outside our region were supporting various terrorist groups. The United States herself with the support of them. And these types of supports have come in various forms, some financially, some with equipping, and some make their country the territory of their nation as the passageway to the field of battle, and some encourage them in the domestic media and international media, all of them in one fashion or another, encouraged and supported these terrorists, whereas terrorism is always bad, without exception. You cannot say one day it's good and another can't condemn. It is always bad and evil.
Why would these governments support terrorism?
One of that we already saw a second class. Unfortunately, in the world of politics, the understanding for some is such that when an objective becomes of paramount importance, for example, the toppling of a certain government becomes of utmost importance, then they allow themselves to use any means in order to reach their objective. Whereas these means, these tools can at a later point be used against them.
You suggested that Saudi Arabia, Turkey, supported terrorists because they wanted to overthrow President Bashar al-Assad.
That's what you're talking about now? Well, I did not name any countries, but be that your wish to interpret that any way you wish. Feel free to do so. There were numerous countries that, with the government, were opposed to the government of Syria and were under the impression that by supporting these terrorists they would succeed in toppling that government.
Al-Qaeda-affiliated organizations, including the Islamic State, are not independent organizations. They are sponsored, and they are sponsored by the United States and its allies. It is documented that prior to 2011, there was a process of recruitment of mujahideen to fight in Syria, and this was coordinated by NATO and the Turkish High Command. This report is confirmed by Israeli news sources, and unequivocally, we are dealing with the state sponsorship of terrorism, the recruitment of mercenaries, the training and the financing of terrorism. As much as possible, the United States has delegated its authority to other countries, despite the fact that ultimately this is an initiative of U.S. intelligence, coordinated with the State Department and the Pentagon.
Dr. Chomsky was also the founder of the Center for Research and Globalization, further emphasized that the global war on terrorism is a fabrication, a big lie, and a crime against humanity. Academic Dr. Chomsky's argument, Malaysia's prominent political scientist, Islamic reformist and activist Dr. Chandra Muzaffar said that the U.S. has always manipulated religion to further its global hegemony on sovereign states.
I'm ready to go on this app.
For example, he said the Arab Spring was brought about by Colonel Muammar Mohammed Gaddafi's resistance to U.S. dominance. Earlier, Dr. Chomsky launched his new book titled The Globalization of The anti-war initiative, Perdana Global Peace Foundation, has a single goal of putting an end to war. Founded by Malaysia's former Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, the foundation encourages dialogues between different nations, people, and organizations to foster love and global peace. Its sister foundation, the Kuala Foundation to Criminalize War, aims to undertake all necessary measures to criminalize war and energize peace. It also found former U.S. President George Bush and former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, among others, guilty of war crimes. Speaking to reporters at the Perdana Global Peace Foundation's one-day international conference titled The New World Order, Recipe for War or Peace, Dr. Mahathir warned that Malaysia might lose its independence if the government falls prey to the ploys of the U.S. to increase its global hegemony through economic means.
We will lose our freedom. We'll have to always consult them or submit to them or take their orders from them. Then we have lost. We fought for independence, Merdeka. Now we are going to lose our independence. These people are planning that. And if you don't do it, they threaten to cut off trade from you. They threaten to support people who will overthrow the government, give them money, instigate, give publicity for propaganda for them, to overthrow any government that we have. Because they want a government that will say yes to them all the time.
The New World Order refers to the emergence of a totalitarian world government. Other prominent speakers at the conference also said that a secretive
Just ping the collection location through to you. Pick up the goods and bring them back to the warehouse. I don't anticipate any trouble.
This exclusion hasn't been arrived in Moscow. It was completely unexpected. He arrived at the transit hospital as such no visa. He has a full right to travel, and this day he is free to purchase a ticket and fly to any destination he wishes. And the inspectors got full rights to walk along with him. Doing so, he does not cross on state border, and therefore needs no visa. Therefore, any accusation made in Russia is nothing more than classic nonsense. He is a transit passenger, and as such, is hated in the subject area. Our special services have never interacted with Mr. Snowden before, and if we could, days, the operation international agreement and the extradition didn't have any such treaty signed with the United States. Thank God, Snowden was not committing this crime in the territory of the Russian Federation. There is another person in a similar situation, as Mr. Assange, who is demanding extradition to court criminal, just like Mr. Snowden. He considers himself a human rights activist and fights for freedom of information. This is a question whether anyone has to extradite such people that they are thrown into jail. In any case, personally, I would like to not deal with such issues because it's such sheer thing, but I restrain them and look at police. I hope that this will in no way affect the business-like character of our relationship with the United States. I hope that our partners will understand that. Mr. Snowden is a free man, and the sooner he picks one destination, the better it will be for both him and the country.
Have voted overwhelmingly in favour of joining Russia in Sunday's referendum. Party's for a smear as the latest now from the region. Paula, how are the results from the team?
Well, there's certainly a very cheerful and festive atmosphere here in the Kenyan city of Sevastopol. The latest results, almost 97% of people voting overwhelmingly in joining Russia. An historic referendum. The voter turnout was 83%. Now, that is 2 to 3 times the number of people who turned out to cast their vote when the last election was held back in 2012. Throughout the night, there has been celebrations in Toronto, in Sevastopol, and in several other cities and regions across Romania. Fireworks during even now, near the hours of this morning, people are walking around with Russian flags draped over them, with cars blaring their hooting on their streets with Russian flags waving outside them. I was speaking to one woman who said that this is the best way of their life, as another person put it. He said they've always been Russian in their soul, and today they return back to Russia. This was to be opposed on the international borders with 120 countries. They say that the election was smoothly with no major hiccups, no reports of incidents or any kind of violence.
In recent days, I've continued to coordinate closely with our allies and partners.
Continue data on July's Norwegian catches at this report, of course, the Russian newspaper saying the plane was shot down by a Ukrainian fighter jet. According to this source, this witness, this alleged witness,
He says that he worked at the Ukrainian airfield from which military jets flew sorties in the east of the country. He says that he witnessed 3 Ukrainian military jets taking off on the 17th of July, the day that MH17 went down. And he said that one of those jets was armed with anti-air missiles. And he said when he came back, it did not have those missiles. When the pilot got out, he was visibly shaken. The Ukrainian government has claimed that none of its jets were in the air when MH17 went down. None of its jets flew any sorties. So the Russian government released radar data recording showing a presumable Su-25 fighter jet, the Ukrainian Su-25 fighter jet in the vicinity of MH17 when it went down. This source, though, his identity remains hidden, fearing revenge attacks against his family, which is still in Ukraine.
We spoke to the editor-in-chief of the newspaper that published the story.
The witness told us that the pilot, whose name is Captain Voloshin, was shocked, confused, and in a state of mind he defined the passenger jacket.
There's pretty much secrecy that investigations, which is not very safe. I can't understand why the USA government is for the right cause or for the wreckage that was found in Ukraine. It is quite unusual. The weapon of this is limited. Local media has not made a full coverage. They never send any team to take pictures there or to investigate. Local media, the mainstream media, is very much under the control of the government. Almost immediately after the plane was brought down, America accused Russia, and then applied sanctions against Russia. We don't accept
You don't accept
No, I don't think even the governments we have very neutral because there is no real evidence. One of the suspects of the shooting down the aircraft could be Ukraine because, well, they were fighting and we don't know who actually fired the missile, if it was the missile.
Do you think this investigation is going to be effective?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
But back to Gideon Rockman. He starts out with the question that so many of us have been asking, sometimes genuinely, sometimes rhetorically. Particularly those of us who voted for President Obama and just don't understand why he is actually working harder at pushing the TPP than he ever did for the public option for Obamacare, which arguably would have turned Obamacare into, an insanely successful program. Which is not to say Obamacare has been very successful, but why is this important? There are two issues at play, and they both have to do with China. Gideon Rockman, the headline is Obama's Pacific Trade Deal will tame China. And he opens with this question, and only it's not rhetorical. He says, why is Barack Obama so desperate? And I think that's a reasonably appropriate word. Why is Barack Obama so desperate to secure a Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal? And then he says, well, the pitch, the long-winded answer, the pitch that everybody's giving is, foreign countries are going to get together and trade, and they're going to do just wonderful for the world and everybody else. But he says the short real answer is China. China is not part of the TPP. We have a separate agreement with China that's called bilateral with two countries. And basically what we have in China is what is referred to as permanent trade relations, which means that, you know, they can sell stuff and ship it in the United States with no tariffs and no restrictions, which they do. That's why you walk into any store in America and probably 95% of what you see in China. Meanwhile, China, which has developed a very, very sophisticated form of state-run government, or state-owned and corporate capital. I'm not. There's not a well-accepted term for this, and there should be, because this is essentially what England was doing from the 1600s forward up until the last 100 years. With the East India Company and everything. It's a state-sponsored corporate thing. But there's two issues. One is economic, and the other is military. And China is growing so fast in both these areas. I mean, they're literally taking reefs off the coast of China, pouring sand and dirt on, turning them into military bases, which has the Japanese totally freaked. And they're starting to claim, Japanese land and to extend their territorial waters and all this kind of stuff. So there's that military thing. And then there's also the economic thing. And in fact, Shinzo Abe, the president of Japan, was originally opposed to involving his country in the TPP negotiations. He finally said, yeah, okay, we'll do this. And why? Well, according to Gideon Martin, strategic interests. We've got to stop China, says Abe, says the president.
Jesuit education would consist in the creation of multiple religions. Jesuit General Frederick Rucker, people underestimate the seductive enticements of Jesuit people who facilitate positions of power in the New World Order. Presidential candidates such as Donald Trump, who run such an order, who received a Jesuit education at Fordham Jesuit University. Hillary Clinton was controlled by the same shadow government by a different one. The military-industrial complex, Bilderberg Group, and the Council of Foreign Relations. Jeb Bush was subservient to the papacy. Ben Carson, the Seventh-day Adventist, is an enigma in the minds of men, especially the Seventh-day Adventists, who are puzzled to how a President of the United States can keep the Ten Commandments. He believes thou shalt keep the Sabbath day holy, and thou shalt not kill. Family and water conquest, these two commandments make it nearly impossible to be a US president, especially with a shadow government's mathematical views. Ex-Jesuit priest Dr. Alberto Rivera explains that the secret sign that Protestantism has been wiped out was when a president of the US took his oath facing the office. In 1981, the swearing of Ronald Reagan as president was moved to the west front of the Capitol, and he was sworn in as president facing Lawrence. Protestantism had effectively been wiped out, and the Jesuits had control of America. Candidates running for US presidency know very well who must be appeased. The Roman Catholic Church and the Jesuit-influenced globalists often groom and elect presidents without the knowledge of the public, as sometimes votes are often manipulated from behind the scenes as well. The mighty and widely ramified order of St. Ignatius was powerfully manipulated, pure vice interests, with far greater advantages to individuals than for any other corporation. Trinity, rooted secular power. Jesuit General Jean-Baptiste Janssens. Murdoch, senior of the Jesuit University of Georgetown, admitted his support of globalist plans to invade Iraq.
Is there any agenda that you want to shape?
No, not at all. I think that, again, obviously, if you're in media and you're concerned with what's going on in the world, you'd like to make a difference, but not talk your opinions. You're not going to change the world. You can't change elections. I think good, strong, used organizations can, by disclosing things, it can help shape the agenda, but only in a little bit. For example, take the war. Has not much is talking about the United States, but in terms of you having a global media enterprise, and have you shaped that agenda at all in terms of perceptions of the war, in terms of how war is viewed? No, I don't think so. I mean, you try. Try in what way? Well, we basically supported. I would say supported this policy.
Just ping the collection location through to you. Pick up the goods and bring them back to the warehouse. I don't anticipate any trouble.
Remember, it is Murdoch's taking the chair level in Iraq, the chair in the UK foreign policy, when it is in lockstep with Washington, the chair led the bailouts after the financial crash of 2008. But it's not just his newspapers that exert a disproportionate influence on money in Britain. Books and films in Britain are factored vetted by Murdoch because these scores involved in HarperCollins and 20th Century Fox. And the Sky News operation will never reflect second interests of Murdoch, as long as he is in control of the network.
Globalists always have their finger on the pulse and emotions of people all over the world, especially in the United States. There's a psychologists, social engineers working behind the scenes. Barack Obama was elected when US citizens were wearied by war and the financial crisis of 2008. People were desperate for change, and that was exactly the angle globalists sold their CIA Jesuit-trained president to America. Barack Obama was groomed for presidency by the Jesuits. It is meant that Jesuit priest Gregory Beluzzo is still influencing Obama.
Once he became a U.S. senator, he's very much in demand. So it's only on occasion we get to interact with him.
On occasion it's fine, isn't it?
Obama has appointed many Jesuit-educated individuals to positions of power. According to Obama's paternal grandmother, he was born in Mombasa, Kenya. Later, he was enrolled in an Indonesian public school as he was a citizen of Indonesia, where he learned to recite the losing quarter prayer with perfect Arabic accent. Obama then went to an Indonesian consistent Roman Catholic school. Many years after Obama moved to Hawaii, he met Frank Marshall Davis, who was a member of the Communist Party USA. Frank Davis trained Obama in Stalinist Marxism, and Obama then went to Harvard, as his fees were paid for by the father of a member of the Black Panthers, who were dedicated to a global international communist revolution. After Obama went to Chicago as a community activist, he became good friends with Bill Ayers, who was the co-founder of the Weather Underground, a communist revolutionary group. Bill Ayers was on the terrorist watch list. Finally, Obama arrived at the Jesuit-run Emblem Foundation, where he was handpicked by his many talents and his ethnic and religious background.
When you go to other countries, the political divisions are so much more stark and wider. Here in America, the difference between Democrats and Republicans, we're fighting inside the 40-yard line. Maybe you see most people now are I would distinguish between the rhetoric and the tactics versus the ideological differences. I mean, in most countries, you've got people call me a socialist sometimes. Like, no, you got to make real socialists. You don't have a sense of what a socialist is.
Karl Marx, as discussed earlier, only refined socialism and communism, which the Jesuits had developed in Paraguay from 1600 to 1750. This required implementing the teachings of both Plato, who wrote Plato's Republic, and Thomas More, who wrote Utopia. And the Jesuits tested their communist ideology in the South American empires. As we have said before, that was more aligned with fascism due to the structure of nationalist militarism and the proposed amalgamation of church and state. But a different style of communism, especially the papal agenda of world domination, Furthermore, Brzezinski, the Jesuit education, said that he was not entirely Protestant, but only the Soviet way, perhaps because this way leaves no room for religion. He discussed the circumstances in which it could be possible for the Soviet Union to rejoin the Western Marxist tradition. Now, he didn't say they would become constitutionalists and celebrate property and freedom. The point is, they would join the other types of Marxists in the West, and the opposition to God. They don't tell me they're Marxists. So you may now understand that Obama had exactly the right credentials to be elected president for the era of change in the mission of a capitalist, Marxist, fascist new world order. In other words, state capitalism with an authoritarian, thuggish twist. Obama's use of cunning and indirect strategy, which is a more modern form of using capitalism. In fact, in many assassinations by drones, instead of a direct confrontation of military action, like the Bush-Cheney administration, Obama used a method of regime change by two-day terrorists following state from within, often training and funding rebels. Obama signed unconstitutional laws into effect, like the NDAA, by Jesuit Trump Professor B. Cleveland, that effectively makes it possible to detain someone without charge or trial.
Officials wrote the Senate and House of Representatives have just overwhelmingly passed the National Defense Authorization. Squeezed into this military funding bill are two provisions that give the military not just lots and lots of money, lots and lots of power as well. Here are two very controversial provisions. One expands the use of military force in Afghanistan to include indefinite detention of anyone suspected of being a member of Al-Qaeda or, quote, associated forces. So, essentially, anyone. But here's the big one, folks. It gives the military the power to indefinitely detain American citizens, even those captured here in the United States.
The Vatican each asserted power over the European nation from 538 AD to 1798. Asserted the same tactics with indefinite detention. The US government has no pains or punishments using rectal hydration and waterboarding as a torture or restricting convictions. The very same tortures were used during the Spanish Inquisition in the 1500s by the Roman Catholic Church. So naturally, the Roman Catholic controlled CIA brings the very same method back into play. CIA secret prisons have been exposed around the world, inflicting the heinous inquisitional forms of torture. Here is a map of countries that are complicit in illegal detainment and torture at prisons. Simon Perez recently stated that Pope Francis is more of a powerful peace advocate than the United Nations. The relationship exists between the Zionist Jews and the Roman Catholic Church on many levels. As the common thread of Islam makes the best from Zionist Israel unlikely their partners. Israel procures favours of national security from Jesuit proxies and US government. Not to mention the various business deals, as Jewish politicians do the bidding of New World Order advocates. Let us not forget that the Rothschilds are guardians of the Vatican finance and treasury.
Hello, this is Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? Your beautiful new aircraft is waiting at our nearest airfield. We hope you're very happy, sir.
Meeting this year? What? Can you tell us what happened at the Bilderberg meeting this year? Are you there? The Bilderberg? You were there? No. Did your club went on that last year? No, I wasn't there last year. I think that was my cousin. Your cousin was there? Yeah. I think so.
Protocols of Zion is singled out as the reason why Zionist Jews are responsible for the evils of custom of the world. However, since this document is prepared by thin air, many suspect it was particularly construed to keep the Jesuits out of the line. Dr. Lehman uses this method of an anonymous document was best discovered by the document itself, by the closet papers. Convincingly demonstrated that the sinister document has been forged by the Catholics, specifically by the special forces of the joint policies of the Jesuits. So it actually has little to do with Jewry. Here we see Orthodox Jews protesting against it. It would be more realistic to acknowledge Zionists as proxies of the Jesuits and involved in a symbiotic relationship. While Jews do hold many positions in finance sectors, Federal Reserve and banking, the majority of positions in media, government, military and business are held by Roman Catholics, or those who have connection with the Vatican. Here we see DHS Executive Chair Johnson of Jesuit University. General Napolitano was also educated at Jesuit University, and Michael Churchill, the US Secretary of Homeland Security, is a Jew. who, like most Southern institutes, were subservient to the original men in black, the Jesuits. Michael Churchill was the pure author of the Patriot. Michael Churchill's wife, Mary, was a professor of law at Georgetown Jesuit University.
Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Homeland Security deals with homes.
That's unfortunate. It looks like we failed to secure those packages.
If you need help, ask a Walmart manager for assistance.
We'll now vote for approval of H.R. 8791, the Homeland Terrorism Preparedness Bill. As said bill requests emergency response funding up to and including, this section is classified, dollars to prepare for national level terrorist attack and or attack from massacre. Funding for first responder personnel and vehicles will be doubled if said attack leads to more than 80% of the national population being affected by massacre. This funding shall commence in conjunction with the first attack on classified, or the first large-scale outbreak of classified, depending upon which comes first. Civilian and military units shall be trained in containment and combat of classified, including irradiated classified, with possibility of classified airborne, classified Martini, classified, and or all of the above in such event as classified spewing, classified escape, are released or otherwise become uncontrolled. Persons may also be directed to combat said classified due to their enormous size and otherworldly strength. Should event occur in urban areas,
classified.
That's classified. Far surpassing our darkest nightmares. Should casualties exceed classified, body disposal actions shall be halted and associated resources shall be reallocated to classified underground and classified protected worthing centers. A new Bill of Rights shall be drafted and approved by classified.
Wow.
When I review the bill, I ask you to please cast your votes.
The DHS, like most powerful US agencies, operates as a government within the government, bypassing unconstitutional laws when circumstances permit, such as in a state of emergency that may have been induced by a false flag operation. Here we see some of the hardware of Homeland Security who obviously see American citizens as a threat. Whistleblower Edward Snowden, an employee of the National Security Agency, released sensitive information unveiling total state and international surveillance of ordinary citizens throughout the world by US intelligence agencies such as the CIA, NSA, and their allies such as the United Kingdom's MI6, Canada's CSIS, Australian ASIO, and New Zealand's NZSIS.
Wow.
These Western intelligence agencies are more or less extensions of the Roman Catholic secret society run CIA, who all work together on a very intimate level.
In Canada are ringing a democracy alarm. The government there has passed an anti-terror bill. Well, it's called C-51, but I call it C-1984, and here's why. The law is extremely vague. For instance, advocating terrorism, even when there's no intent to commit a crime, a violent act, is an offense. But what does that mean? No idea. Plus, it potentially bans all activism, not allowed to question or interfere in the government's affairs at all. Police, they can detain anyone they suspect of being a terrorist, and there's no need to prove a person was going to commit a crime. Intelligence services, well, they can be allowed by courts to breach people's privacy and freedom of expression. Federal departments under the law, they're allowed to share personal information.
Veteran investigative reporter Seymour Hersh has broken some massive stories in his day, but uncovering secret societies within the highest echelons of America's military would probably be the biggest of his career. Seymour Hersh pointed out that General Stanley McChrystal, Vice Admiral William Craven, and others in the Joint Special Operations Command were members of the Knights of Malta and Opus Dei, two little-known Catholic orders. The Knights of Malta and Opus Dei were instrumental in the war against Islam under the guise of the War on Terror, thanks to 9/11 as the match that set the world ablaze. The Knights of Malta were a Catholic order founded in 1085 as a group of monks who cared for the wounded. It evolved into a military order for safeguarding the 9 Crusades, when Europe's Christian states laid siege to Muslims for control of Jerusalem. Opus Dei, popularly depicted in the Hollywood film Da Vinci Code, was founded in 1928 and officially accepted as part of the Catholic Church in 1947. The group's website claimed their principal calling was to bring about Christian renewal around the world. It makes good sense that the Vatican has merged with the United States and vice versa for geopolitical strategy. What other superpower will put the Roman Catholic Church on a pedestal once the New World Order has been established? China, an atheistic communist state, or Russia, where the Russian Orthodox Church is the official state religion and an historical arch-enemy of the Vatican? The United States has the resources, technology, and the military might with a population of 319 million. The Roman Catholic Church, which has a local branch or church in just about every suburb, in almost every country on the planet, which can easily be used for covert activities, influencing the masses and sparking revolutions. The Roman Catholic Church has 1.2 billion members. By military and economical might, the United States and the Roman Catholic populace make these two forces unstoppable. So much, in fact, that the world has been brought into subjugation, including 1.6 billion Muslims. The Muslims don't have either the technology or the military might, so it's not hard to guess who will come out on top. Russia and China must also be willing to accept the United States Vatican version of the New World Order. As we have seen in the merger of the Vatican and the United States, instigated by Pope
There's been an incident. The plane carrying the product went down. Go out to the crash site and bring whatever you can to the warehouse.
We see the same tactics being employed against the Chinese Communist government.
2014年10月12日，2012榮耀盼望信息嘅感言部分，嘅話牧師分析當前嘅香港形勢，其實就同一啲人所歸納出嚟，美國影子政府製造人民革命、策反各國政府嘅12個步驟相近。第一，向美國中情局、英國軍情六處等情報人員，以留學生、遊客、義工、商人、記者嘅身份進入目標國家。第二，以人道目標為理由，開設民主、人權為主旨嘅非政府機構，開展工作之餘，亦都可以招攬一啲崇尚自由同埋理想嘅人。第三，開始喺當地招攬一啲叛徒，尤其係學者、政客、記者、軍人等，可以係賄賂嘅方式，或者係揾出佢哋嘅罪證，以控制佢哋。第四，如果目標國家有公會勢力，就會以金錢收買佢哋。第五，為革命創造或者選擇一種象徵顏色或者鮮明嘅口號，例如1968年嘅布爾特之春、1989年東歐嘅中國人革命、2003年格魯吉亞嘅玫瑰革命、2005年黎巴嫩嘅雪橙革命、烏克蘭嘅橙色革命、伊朗嘅綠色革命、莫里多革命、阿拉伯之春，甚至香港嘅雨傘革命。第六，以唔同名義開始示威，從而展開革命運動。示威嘅名義可以係人權、民主、政府腐敗、選舉舞弊等，唔需要揾出證據，只需要揾到藉口就可以。第七，以英語寫上抗議標語，咁讓美國人能夠睇見，咁樣就可以使到美國政客同埋平民開始發出呼聲。第八，讓之前所收買嘅政客、知識分子、工會領袖等加入示威，並且控制所有對政府唔滿意嘅人加入。第九，美國同埋歐洲嘅主流傳媒配合，不斷強調呢場革命係因為各種唔公平所導致，從而獲得大多數人嘅支持。第十，當全世界都注視，就製造賣旗行動，拍攝人民被打壓嘅影像，以動搖目標政府，令政府失去人民嘅支持。第11，派出一啲引發暴亂嘅演員，以武力挑釁警方，迫使警方使用武力鎮壓，咁樣就可以使呢個政府失去其他國家嘅支持，被國際社會認為係非法政權。第12，運用政客到美國、歐盟、聯合國等地方 政府受到國際經濟制裁，設立禁飛區，甚至協助空襲及供應武器俾叛軍。如果上述4個步驟都未能夠成功推翻目標政府，咁樣就讓美國尋找一個藉口，作軍事介入，以武力推翻目標國家。事實上，呢12點都非常有效同埋成功。2007年，一位曾任北大西洋公約組織 NATO 嘅歐洲盟軍司令部美國退休4星將軍威斯汀克喺一個講座中提及，喺2001年9·11事件發生後冇幾耐，國防部曾經發出一個指令，就係喺5年內攻擊同埋推翻7個國家，包括伊拉克、黎巴嫩、利比亞、索馬利、蘇丹同埋伊朗。雖然呢個國防計劃並未有喺5年內完成，但係19年之後，根據呢12個步驟，美國藉住阿拉伯之春同埋反恐戰爭，呢7個國家有啲已經被推翻，有啲陷入內戰，有啲亦都已經係崩潰嘅邊緣。因此，世界局勢莫非要被推翻，並唔係人民作出有效不自發嘅行動而造成，相反係經過精心策劃同埋計算。事實上，如果要推翻一個國家，以內部革命對接崩潰嘅方式，遠比出兵攻打便宜得多。亦都因此，美國不斷運用呢12個步驟去策反唔同嘅敵對國家。
The Chinese government are aware of the power and inner workings of the Vatican. Jesuit missionaries roamed China until the expulsion of all foreign missionaries in 1949. The Chinese government reserves the right to select and approve all Roman Catholic bishops in mainland China, which goes in direct opposition to the Vatican's wishes, and for very good reason. The Vatican is political and has influence over its subjects, instigating and facilitating revolutions. Not since a dispute in 1951 have China and the Vatican had diplomatic relations. The selection of the Roman Catholic cardinals in Hong Kong at this time is under the direction of the Vatican. Pope Benedict XVI appointed Hong Kong Bishop Joseph Zen Security as a cardinal on February 22, 2006. And the Chinese government warned that church leaders should not interfere in the country's politics. Anthony Liu, the Liu Bang, is the honorary chairman of the state-run Chinese Catholic Patriotic Association, and stated that he hoped the appointment would not disrupt social stability in Hong Kong, and that Beijing's position on the framing for establishing diplomatic ties with the Vatican did not change because of the appointment of Cardinal Zen, who is known for his outspoken appeals for maintaining diplomatic freedoms in Hong Kong and human rights on the mainland. However, lately, human rights violations perpetrated by the United States government exceed those of China. Communist governments in China is well aware that the Roman Catholic Church and the United States government work together on many levels, as the CIA uses humanitarian organizations and democracy as weapons to fuel revolution. Russia has its own problems with the United States Vatican military, as the world leaders distance themselves from Putin and slap sanctions against Russia for reasons that will cover later. Jesuit Pope Francis bowed down to dictator Mugabe on the 10th of June 2015, sent a very strong psychological message to Putin, further alienating the Russian leader. Here we see Pope Francis pathetically tapping his fingers on the desk across from Putin, psychologically coercing him to toe the line in New World Order. Jesus has stated, "My kingdom is not of this world," John 14:26. So Christians should not have political ambitions. Yet the Vatican is a religio-political state trying to set up a temporal kingdom here on earth, opposed to the true Church of Christ. The Vatican has led the Western world to believe that Sunday is the same holy day as Saturday is the correct day, and there is not one verse in the Bible that backs Sunday teaching. Sunday is a tradition of the offshoot of the Christianity that became the Roman Catholic Church. For all ideologies, nations, and religions that challenge the Pope's power and influence, the Vatican will work through the United States to enforce a worldwide Sunday law as the beginning of a new world order religion. Hindus, Muslims, Buddhists, Jews, New Age, Baha'is, atheists, and Sunday-keeping Protestants will all keep Sunday, which will be enforced by the state by fine, imprisonment, and even death. This act acknowledges the Pope to be the supreme ruler of Before the settlers, the world would be warned with the three angels' message. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, with the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation, and kindred, and tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him. The hour is come, to worship him that made heaven, and earth, and sea, and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink the wine of the wrath of their fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture as the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up for ever and ever, and they have no rest day or night to worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Revelation chapter 14, verses 6 to 7, proclaim that there is only one living God, and he alone deserves the worship, not only for the creation of our planet and the wonderfully designed bodies, but for giving the human race the gift of eternal life and for the iniquity of our transgressions, in and out of God. Revelation chapter 14, verse 8. The book of Revelation uses symbols to explain prophecy. The symbolic use of Babylon depicts the gospel of Rome, which has disseminated their pagan doctrines to the Christian veneer. Apostle Peter even described Rome as the new Babylon. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 13. The church that is at Babylon, elected together with you, salutes you, and so doth Marcus himself. Ancient Babylon is a polytheistic religion with the worship of a sun god, which practiced on Sunday. The pure gospel was converted. The Roman Catholic Church was the result. Apostle Paul warned of this apostasy, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 7 to 9. The mystery of iniquity doth already work, and he who now doeth will work, until he be taken out of the way. Apostle Paul explained that error was creeping into the church, and when the Western Roman Empire came to its end, the papacy would take its place, and the Pope would arise. Roman Catholicism was simply a mixture of Christianity and paganism. The same polytheistic religion of Babylon exists today in the world of every Catholic church. The veneration of saints is simply replaced by many Babylonian gods. Babylonian Semiramis, dedicated Mary, and the worship of the sun god, all inventions of ancient Babylon. Even the statue of Peter is actually the pagan god Jupiter, that was removed from the pantheon in Rome and placed in St. Peter's Basilica. The Babylonian god Ritu or Semish became the sole inventors in the Roman Empire. Worship is the sun god on Sunday, he is Solus, the day of sun. Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Mystery Babylon can be understood in this dictionary definition. Mysteries, the secret rites of Greek and Roman pagan religion, or of any ancient or tribal religion, which only initiates are omitted. The practices, skills, or law peculiar to a particular trade or activity are regarded as backward to those who are specialized in law. Revelation chapter 17, verse 4, explains that this mystical religion appears in the guise of Christianity, but really is Babylonian paganism, understood by high-ranking carpenters and Jesuits. Mother of harlots means that the Roman Catholic Church has harlot daughters, and these unfaithful offspring have been seduced by Babylonian doctrine. Some keeping Protestants came out of the Mother Roman Catholic Church during the Reformation and came to Sunday worship. Interesting to note that the Vatican minted coins depicting herself, just as the Bible predicts. Revelation chapter 17, verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colour, and decked with gold and precious stones and gold, and a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. The cup that the woman is holding is sunlight, depicting the fornication of the Babylonian religious sun worship or Sunday keeping instead of the Christian Sabbath. Purple and scarlet, also referring to Revelation chapter 17, verse 4, can be seen in the colours of priestly garments. Revelation chapter 14, verse 8, tells all people in this Babylonian system of deception to come out of it. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel called them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast of his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Firstly, the beast in prophetic language is a symbol that stands in Daniel chapter 7, verse 23. Since we have established the papacy as this beast, what is her mark? Sunday is our mark or authority. The church is above the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that fact. The Catholic Record of London, Ontario, September the 1st, 1923. The Sunday is purely a creation of the Catholic Church. American Catholic Quarterly Review, January 1883. Sunday is the law of the Catholic Church alone. American Sentinel Catholic, June 1893. The fourth commandment, Exodus 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Even after the death and resurrection of Christ, the apostles kept the Sabbath, Saturday, and taught and founded all churches with the inclusion of the fourth commandment. The early churches, which included Gentiles in the region of Galatia, Corinth, Thessalonica, and Rome, all kept Saturday as the Sabbath. Roman Emperor Constantine claimed that he had seen a vision of the cross in the sky with the writing, in hoc signo vinces, translating to, in this sign you will conquer. Constantine made a nominal conversion to Christianity under the influence of his apostate flatterer, the Bishop of Caesarea, named Eusebius. Constantine made a stately decree enforcing the change of the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday, amalgamating paganism and Christianity. Both pagans and Christians seem to be united in a shrewd political move at the cost of the fourth commandment. Remember to keep the Sabbath day holy. Under the enforcement of the state, many Christians compromised. This act was the beginning of mainstream Christianity keeping Sunday, which was passed on through many generations. The Jesuit insignia, IHS, is said to be the Latinized version of Jesus in Greek. But Catholicism as a mystery religion is exoteric and esoteric religion, like the inverted cross, Jupiter as Peter, and IHS as a Jesuit insignia, which are all well known by the inner circle and the shoots. The IHS insignia includes a cross and three nails representing a bull, which translate to in hoc signo vinces, and the sun will conquer. For the sunburst, Ignatius Loyola, founder of the Jesuits, had ambitious plans of conquering the world, using Salisbury's order to bring absolute power back to Rome. The coat of arms for Jesuit Pope Francis has the Jesuit insignia on it as well. It is prophesied that the Vatican will conquer in this sign of the cross and the sun, but only for a very short space of time until God's wrath comes upon the group. The blazing sun in the IHS represents pagan Sunday worship, which is demonstrated in the monstrance. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, tells us of a beast which is the Vatican and image, simply the top of the replica. If any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the image of the beast simply means a replica of Rome. The United States forms Roman architecture and enforce Rome's superior Sabbath on Sunday. Apostate American Protestantism will be foremost in leading the charge of this breach of the U.S. Constitution. The First Amendment guarantees freedoms concerning religion, expression, assembly, and the right to petition. It forbids Congress from both promoting one religion over others and also restricting an individual's religious practices. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. If any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Here the forehead symbolizes the secret morals and choice for honoring Sunday as a Sabbath, and the hand signifies that by actions they will observe Sunday, not engaging in any work keeping the day holy. In Europe, Sunday has been marketed by the Jesuits using the European Sunday Alliance as a front. In Family Day of Rest. So individuals who receive the mark in the hand will be motivated by penalties of the state enforcers or on the premise that Sunday be a family day of rest. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. With the rapid development of technology, the implementation of the mark of the beast will be effortless.
It's there for taking. Get it and bring it back to the warehouse.
Many think the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, but that does not fit the market abuse purpose. Though it is possible that it could be used to restrict the buy or sell. But there are other technologies that are more practical than the RFID chip.
Having known that it stocks up on supplies at the supermarket. At home, most people here in Sweden won't be paying with cash once it gets to the checkout.
I personally never use cash. As you see, when I'm shopping, I'll use my phone. When I check out, I'll use my credit card. And for my banking, I do it on my iPhone. So that works. I don't need any cash.
Chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. The Pope's Latin title, Curious Filiae Dei, has been strenuously denied in recent years by the Vatican, perhaps because it adds up to 666. However, documentation is already back in connection with Constantine in the medieval times, the first Pope being his successor. The Vatican has already admitted the Curious Filiae Dei to be the Pope's title in earlier Catholic publications, so they won't be reasoning their way to have this one anytime soon. The letters inscribed in the Pope's mitre are these: the Curious Filiae Dei, which is the Latin for gift of the Son of God, a Sunday visitor, April the 18th, 1915. Amazingly enough is that the Curious Filiae Dei adds up to 666 in Latin, Greek, and Hebrew. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. Speaks of the saints being persecuted for 1260 years by the Catholic Church, using the prophetic day year principle. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And the Pope will change God's law, which happened with the change of the fourth commandment, and Constantine's civil decree, the Sabbath and Saturday Sunday. One of the biggest misconceptions is that Sunday is the seventh day of the week, when in fact the seventh day is Saturday. One only needs to look on your mobile phone or calendar to see which comes first. Or just look it up on the internet. Sunday is in fact the first day of the week. Revelation chapter 7:25 also predicts that the Pope will change times. That happened as well. The Gregorian calendar, also called the Western calendar and the Christian calendar, is internationally the most widely used civil calendar. It is named for Pope Gregory XIII, who introduced it in 1582, Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, but the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. This simply states that the Vatican gives power to the image of the beast, which is the United States of America, in the form of apostate Sunday keeping Christians, persecute anyone opposed to the New World Order, Venerable Day of the Sun. Revelation chapter 14, verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out of darkness, which shall be thrown into the fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. Revelation chapter 14, verse 11. The smoke of their pot into sea is going to live there and punish. And they have no place day or night, worship the beast of his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus, and for the word of God, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark on their foreheads, or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. In recent times, the drugs used for state executions have not always been readily available. It is probably the guillotine which Revelation chapter 20, verse 4 describes will make a comeback. Roman Catholic Clarence Thomas I believes that the Constitution left religion to the states, that the First Amendment's prohibition against Congress's enacting laws on the establishment of religion was intended to protect the right of states to do as they please. It is evident Clarence Thomas is a Vatican coadjutor. He intends to motivate his views so that states in America can make free laws and regulate what the Sunday says. Blue laws are laws designed to enforce religious standards, such as the institution of Sunday law. Daniel chapter 2 gives a prophetic outline of kingdoms that will reign on earth. Daniel 2:31-35. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before him, and the form thereof was terrible. This image is fine gold,